Okay, it's going. Let's see. 1 second. Respond to this message real quick. Yo, what's up, Mars? How's it going, man? What up, what up? Yo, what up, Alec? How's it going? How y'all doing today? Yeah, turn this down a little bit more. Holy cow, y'all are just popping in here like flies. God damn. Yo, what's up? What's up? D Brook. What's up, Brooke? How's it going? I'm doing alright. Just trying to figure out what to do, guys, honestly. Like, just pain medded out the wazoo, and I can't really go doing anything. So I was like, I'm sitting here answering questions anyways. Might as well see what everyone's up to. Yo, what's up? What's up, Mustafa? Crazy. Doing alright, fruit salad. Thank you. How are you doing? So my voice, do I just like sound stuffy? Is that what you're talking about? Or is like my mic fucking up? Oh yeah, Mitchell. Of course I remember you. Yeah. So I had a septoplasty surgery on Tuesday, Mars. So that's like where they fix like your deviated septum and stuff in your nose. And so I've got like stents and stuff in my nose, and so it's kind of, I'm trying to like talk and breathe and do everything out of my mouth. So between that and the pain meds, I'm kind of just all over right now. But that's why I wanted to jump on here, because I don't really have anything else I can do right now. What do I think about the new event? If you're talking about the Refinery, I think it's pretty awesome actually. It's definitely tailored towards pay to play players for sure, but as a free to play player, there's always that chance now, like, that you can craft something pretty good and sell it and get some gold for your account. So I'm always down for something that advocates for the smaller player. Oh yeah, I'm good. I appreciate it. It's just basically like I don't get the stuff that's in my nose taken out until next Tuesday, so I'm gonna kind of sound like this until then, and then after that I'll probably just sound like I have a sinus infection for a couple of weeks while the swelling goes down. But no, I'm really glad I got the surgery, man. Like my breathing's been pretty bad like my whole life, so it'll be nice, especially for like working out and stuff. Does it hurt bad? No, not really. I think the pain meds are kind of doing their job for me. But no, I've seen like recovery videos and stuff of other people, and other people have definitely had it a lot worse. From my end, it's still like consistently like bleeding out of my nose, so I have like padding up in there too. Thanks, Angel. I'm doing alright. Spud, how about you? I have a lot of stuff to sell, but don't have any gold for my alliance. Only gives it out if you're top 5 in events. Yeah, so from what I understand, you can't even really use like the linked gold, or maybe that's just linked gold to buy. I'm not too sure, but I know that there's kind of some gray area on all that, and hopefully they address it and make it to where anybody can sell and do all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, I think that like for the free-to-play players and small spenders, what Refinery will mostly be is just kind of you crossing fingers and hoping that you get something built. Okay, so the sets always stay. Yeah, all those stats will be there. Ideally. Oh shoot, here we go, I got something. I think I do. You know the fam well. I'm glad you're still around, although the IGG Championship event was enough to make the same people leave. I've been rewatching some of your streams. I have a couple of questions specifically about rare hones. First, I want to remove my Garrison scale damage from the turret and the shoes. Because we are talking about chassis, I do not want rare hones on the shoes. I think I do want rare on the EM turret and windbreaker. I'm not sure about the camo net. Note this is specifically for Garrison. She can rally. Gotcha. We're in the exact same boat. I actually took off the rare homes on my Garrison set as well. Okay, sorry, let me answer that. Okay, let's go back over here. We have 50k gold. I asked for 100 and she said no. I was so angry. Oh yeah, that probably pissed me off. Oh shoot, what up? Thank you for joining, Spud. I didn't even know that that was like a thing. I crafted one and sold it for 2,500 gold. Oh, nice. What kind of stats did you have on it? Charmander said he thinks Link gold can be used to sell because of free to play and his alliance selling items. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's kind of what I thought as well. I haven't sold too many items, or I haven't had any like really listed because I've mostly been trying to buy items and help people find the right items and such. But yeah, if you can use Link gold to sell items, that's definitely a good thing for sure. Well, shoot. Is there anything you guys want to go over? Anything? I'm working on a. I've been working on a beast video. It's going to be like a one-stop shop beast video to answer like anything and everything beast related and everything that I've kind of come to find out. Because now I got my pango up to about 10 mil, so I've learned a lot in the process and found what works and what doesn't work. But because it's a one-stop shop video from everything from like OC chips to beast pairings to some of the behaviors and skills and stuff that aren't obvious when you read the skills and stuff. It's quite a long video, so it's gonna take a bit to finish, but sure, hell, whatever you need, Mitchell. I had a range helmet with 6 attack or something and sold fast. Oh, I believe it. Yeah, those, I feel like any of the pieces that have like 4, 5, 6% in the values, you can sell pretty quick. Even at a ridiculous price, there's whales chasing it for sure. Quite well selling at the moment. Link gold is used to sell items on GT, takes 8% when sold. My rolls have been good. Oh, that's good. Congrats on the good rolls. Like I said, I know that there's the outlook on the update of basically saying like, oh, this just creates more of a separation between the pay-to-play players and the free-to-play players and stuff. But in this case, I think that it's really cool because yeah, as a free-to-play player or a small spender, all you have to do is just, you know, land 1 or 2 really good items just from luck or chance, and you know, you might be able to make 2,500, 5,000, 10,000 gold or whatever have you, and that's, I mean, to a player that doesn't spend money, that's a huge boost when you can spend that on other things that you do want, like maybe your garage, your armaments or something. So the fact that you can actually use it and utilize the armory as a free-to-play or small spender is a huge positive in my book. Yeah, my beasts are doing quite well. I've got this one maxed out in OC chips. The support one I haven't maxed out on these for. Kind of lagging behind on these because I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with it. Originally I was going to do the OC ones here as well, but OCs are just expensive, so kind of building this out. Beasts are doing good damage though, that's for sure. But I've definitely learned a lot in the process of building the beasts, and so I would definitely want to turn that information into do a new video. Yeah, it's definitely up there. Beasts, it's a really sneaky way to get a crap ton of damage in on your reports. That's for sure. Like even this person, this was chosen one, I think, right? And he's like all white parted out, so you would think that it would be like crazy good in his favor. But then you like come down into the report, and I don't know if it's going to be on this report or some of the other ones, but let's see if it's in any of these. Yeah, I mean, like when you're killing 26,000 troops with like your main skill from a beast, and this, I've seen this go up to like 50,000 and stuff, depending on like the difference in strength between my beast and their beast. But I mean, that's as many kills as like a rage skill, and that's just like your beast main skill. So can you show me what skill I should do in order for Badala? What's up, Hater? How's it going? Hater Gill. I was away for 1 year. I need some beast advice. I don't know what to focus on. Yozi, what part of the Phil is where your family is from? So my mom is from Mindanao, and a lot of her family currently lives in Cagayan de Oro. Yeah, I can help you, Mars, with the beast stuff. That's no problem. The skill order for Bodala. I would say go 1, 2, 4, 3. Just simply because like this one here requires you to get attacked, which I mean ideally in the field, especially like if you're in a murder ball, you don't want to be targeted, so you want to like increase your damage output. So this will give you good stats for the field plus the move speed, and then this right here just gives you more attack as well, and then the damage reduction when shield's active. So I go 1, 2, 4, 3 on Bodala. With beasts, honestly, like the biggest thing for beasts is like if you are a Garrison or Rally player, you just basically need to know the beasts are mandatory. You can increase your damage output or your reports and stuff by honestly 30-40% if you have a good beast or if you focus on it right. And it all starts with having beasts behind a Pango or a Bull. What's up, Charles? How's it going? Yeah. I mean, the current typhoon is crazy, but I know that you guys have been slammed with other typhoons and crazy weather already this year. So hopefully everyone out there is staying safe. It's been a wild year for the Philippines for sure when it comes to the weather. So yeah, hopefully y'all are okay. But yeah, I mean, shoot, is there anything you guys want me to cover specifically? Anything you guys want me to look at specifically? You guys can send me a message in game. I'll take a look at your account if you want. I'll do anything right now. I'm just, like I said, I'm just trying to find something to keep myself entertained. I can't just lay down in bed all day. I get stir crazy. Phil ain't having a break from them disasters, bro. They love us too much. Yeah, it's because you guys are a very family-oriented country. You guys are very inviting. I love the Filipino people, man. Most family-oriented people I've ever met. I don't want this to sound bad, but do you spend a lot of the game? I have. Yeah. It's not... doesn't sound bad. Definitely not nearly as much as, like, primary wheels for that's for sure. But... I have. Yeah, sure. Sorry, 1 second. Just wiping my nose real quick. You wanted to spend link gold in the armory, at least the link gold. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Like, honestly, the armory for free-to-play and small spenders is mostly going to be about you getting lucky, crafting items, selling them, and then using that gold for other parts of your base. Which, I mean, there are other equally important parts, like garage and whatnot, so... but you wanted to see the Godzilla vehicle stat upgrades. I don't think you can upgrade any of the parts. I think just like some of the crossover vehicles, it is what it is. But 3.5% rider attack, 1.5% infantry, 2% rider travel, 2% training speed. It's honestly not anything to really write home about. Mostly if you're a rider player, it looks like. The travel speed, the attack, and the defense. So we're kind of in a transitionary phase right now. So we actually ended up taking over a third alliance here that was just inactive also. And essentially what we're doing is that players from NBD and then from FIB as well, we've kind of split into 3 alliances. So rather than like 2 fairly large ones, now we have like 3 but a bit smaller. So there are some players playing in TITS, and then our players here in FIB, and then players in NBD as well. And that's also where we do the Pompeii hosting. So we'll do 13 UTC in NBD, 15 UTC in FIB, and then 19 in TITS. I just haven't been able to play Pompeii in a long time. That's why I haven't seen any videos on it, but hopefully soon. Hey, I can use some help with my beast and armaments on what to focus on next. Yeah, Charles, send me a message in game. If you go to region 164, then come to the FIB area, and then just message me on the R5 here. I can take a look at that. A lot of people find it so personal, get angry. No, man, no, it's. I mean, I know where my sins are at. Am I proud of it? No. But at the same time, like, on one hand, do kind of need to spend a little bit at least in order to understand the mechanics and all aspects of the stuff they release, so I can, you know, continue to educate. And on the other flip side of things, I just enjoy the game. So no, nothing I would ever get upset at you for asking or pointing out. What's up, D3? How's it going, man? At least the gold you get from selling should not be linked gold. Yeah, no. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. I think that if you're going to bring out the refinery, the opportunity, the option for free-to-play and small spenders to utilize it, I think that you should offer it to where they can utilize it to the fullest. So, you know, if someone is selling items in the auction house, there's no reason why they shouldn't be able to buy items as well. So that gold needs to be removed from there. I honestly think that they just need to get rid of the whole, like, link gold and all that crap. Like, it's just stupid. Gold should just be gold. I don't know if they're doing that to try to mitigate, like, real world trading, which is what happens in a lot of games that have, like, an in-game currency that you can transfer and trade. That would be honestly my only assumption as to why they have, like, the linked gold type thing. But even then, it's just like the game has far bigger problems it should address. It's a cool card though, for sure. Yeah, it is. Can you share my yeah. So right now, this is my infantry one. I only have 2 sets that I've really focused on. Like, I think I got all these pieces for about 2,000 gold total. It was actually fairly cheap, but I wanted to get my gathering speed up, so I actually got it over 50%. I kind of lucked out with some of these pieces. And then on this one here, if you watch my video, I have the like the double attack and whatnot sets. Like, I've been kind of playing around, but I also kind of got lucky and found quite a few pieces that just had infantry squad damage on it that were fairly cheap. So I copped those as well. So I'm actually just under 15% infantry squad damage. So, which is about like 3 red hones worth, which is kind of wild for how cheap it was. So, did I get anything good at Refinery? I think I got a couple pieces that I have sold. Like, I sold this one for 2,000, but that's because I had the 5.4% attack. I've got a couple other things. Nothing too crazy. My luck has not been there when it comes to crafting. Yeah. You can send me a message. It's no problem at all. I think I'm not. Oh, I can't type. Infantry main, focus on field. Oh. Holy cow, this makes me realize how many messages I've missed from people. I'm so sorry, guys. This is a good rider piece for sure. It's got 2 relevant basic attributes are there. Basic attributes are there. 2 solid ones and specialized. I would do for 2,000. They are blue values. Okay. Link gold is to stop people from using a monthly weekly gold pass with farms, I think. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh yeah, looks good. Yeah, these are good pieces.
Let's go, Sam.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, so you are... Heroes. O'Donnell's done, Eddie's done. Okay, so the one thing I see quite a bit is that okay, let's see what else. Let's see, what else do you have? Armaments look good. Yeah, homes look good all around. Definitely know what you're doing with your homes. You're not taking like Garrison and stuff, so. Okay. Let's see what else we got. I can't type. What you up to today, bro? Just chilling? Yeah, pretty much, man. There's like nothing I can do because of the pain meds. I can't drive anywhere. I'm not supposed to operate a vehicle. The little one wants to hang out and stuff, but I can't, like, my body's just super achy because it's like trying to heal and stuff, you know? So like I feel like I got beat up. So this is kind of what my my day has come to, hang out with you guys, which I'm all for. I love doing these types of things. So question for you, man. If you have Pango, Kong fully done, would you recommend focusing next as a field player rally sub? I would say if you have the means for it, the gold jellyfish, the Pluto jellyfish, and Chiron are really good. Just they have like really high damage output, especially like Chiron and Kong. Like if you're playing in the field, I think Chiron Kong is like the highest damage output that you can have because of detonate. So if you have the opportunity to, I would maybe focus on Chiron, so you can use Chiron Kong in the field, and then use your Pango when it comes to playing Rally or Garrison, so you have that bonus. But Kong and Chiron are really, really good. Honestly, with the amount of where's it at? With the amount of like combo that he gains and stuff, like the jellyfish does solid too. Like honestly, anything combo related, you could get the crit from Rhino and Saber, but like I said, like honestly, like if you really want to just full focus on something to have the best possible outcome, it's gonna take a while because it's harder to get like the crates for it and stuff. But I would just hyper focus Chiron, and then your Chiron Kong will just dominate in field, and then your Kong and Pango will dominate the Rally or Garrison side for you. I have one gold set working on another around 3 mil so I can do some field fighting. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so only thing I would say here, you probably know it, just, you know, get this one to tier 3. From there, this is already up at 15. You really don't need to push this one up any further. I would say get this one to tier 3 level 1. Get this to level 10, and then get these to level 6. Because, like I was saying in a message just a minute ago, there's kind of a point where you're spending so much more in materials to upgrade something from, like, say, level 23, or, like, let's just go here. To take this from 20 to 21 is going to cost 28,000 and 1,000 of those for a gain of 42. It's a lot to be using. And so if you do it like in increments, I would recommend, like, because right here, like, you get 40 for 14k and 670, right? And squad protection and squad firepower and stuff apply as percentage-based stats to all of your troops. So I would look to increase my firepower and my protection as high as possible, as cheap as possible. So in your case, Charles, I would get tier 3 on here, get this to level 10, get these to level 6. Then I would push the level 10 to like level 12 or 14, and then push the level 6s to level 10, and then you can start focusing on infantry and stuff again, because you will spend far less in materials here to get these to level 10 than it would pushing 15 to, say, even 17, and you would get a lot more firepower and stuff out of it, so, which is like your multiplier, so you do want that to be as high as possible. Other than that, marches look solid, your pairings are solid, no complaints there. I mean, I guess if you're like working on like Bodala, or no, you have Bodala, sorry. If you're working on like, no, you have Miyamoto, Eileen, Bodala. Yeah, no, I'd say everything looks good here. Rather than a Jaden, if you can get it down the road, Bianca's a solid option as well. Bianca and LeBlanc or Claude in your marches, having both of them just makes all your marches insanely strong. So that would be one thing to look at. Your hones look good. You're not focused on, there's not a mixed match of like Rally and Garrison and stuff. So hones look good there as well. So you're doing the right thing in the hones. Looks like you're doing the right thing in your vehicle as well. So yeah, no real critique on that. Looks good from that standpoint. Beast wise, I mean, beasts are they're just beasts. Just get them tiered up, get them started up as much as you can. You'll accrued chips over time passively, so nothing to really hard focus there. I would say the only people that really need to focus on beasts like extremely, like as a focal point, are like your Garrison and Rally leaders and your whales. Other than that, like the impact isn't going to be too crazy in the field. Okay, what if you're cheap as fuck and want to do purples? If you're cheap as fuck and want to do purples, I would say probably the purple saber. The purple saber is probably a good secondary, because I do know that it increases damage by like a flat amount. So if you're running crit, combo damage, like anything like that, even detonate, this will impact. So the flat damage, the crit damage and stuff here, like this would be a good one to put behind Kong as well. The other one too that's kind of overlooked is the General Crab. So when you have this as support, let me go here and max it. So on support, if a combo is triggered during this time, it's a 30% chance to trigger another combo. This is the only beast that allows for a combo to happen twice in 1 second. And when it comes to Kong, he's basically proccing those detonate stacks and building detonate and additional damage and stuff when he does combos. So if you have the crab as secondary, you can essentially maximize the damage, I guess is the best way to put it. Now granted, that's the gold crab, and I know you mentioned purple, but the gold crab is far cheaper to get than, say, like Chiron or something. So if you want to look at gold options, I would go with the gold general crab. If you're looking at purple options, I would say probably the purple saber. If you're looking at like the rare ones to get, I would go Chiron. I sold a weapon with rider squad damage at 5k gold. I'm happy. Hey, congrats. I have attack for 13%, defense to 73%. Based on diminishing returns, I should focus on defense, but I want my rally to hurt. Could you share your thoughts? Yeah, Lions, could you send to me your armament set by chance? If you go to region 164 and come to FIB and just message the R5, could you send me your armament set, and I'll kind of tell you. It sounds like in your case, because you have really high attack already, and you're saying that you want your rally to hurt a lot. I'm assuming you're typically like a second or third rally or like a counter rally, that kind of a thing. Like you're not typically in the tanking position when it comes to your rally itself. So if you're not tanking and you're a second or third rally or a counter rally and you're just maximizing damage, I would full focus lethality at that point. What's up, Rox? How's it going, buddy? What's up, Boji? Yeah, happy to, Charles. No worries. What troop type should I go for? My account is 130 days old, but I've been stockpiling since day 40. I think it really depends on your play style. If you are somebody that likes to play field and you like to, move fast, get in and get out, then, maybe riders. If you're someone that maybe likes AoE and high skill damage, you could go with a ranged. If you are someone that likes to be able to absorb damage and buff, debuff enemies, buff your other marches, be more of like a support type factor, infantry. I think it just depends on like what play style it is that you have and what it is that you yeah. So if you can send that to me, Lions, that's I can take a look at it deeper for you, but that's kind of my assumption, is that if you are trying to maximize damage with your rally and not care so much about survivability, it's because you're typically not in a situation where you need to have high survivability. So you don't really need to worry about diminishing returns when it comes to defense. Just because you can survive longer doesn't mean you necessarily have to. Survivability is two-fronted, right? Like on one hand, yes, you can absorb damage. On the other hand, like if your rally just absolutely demolishes them so fast that they don't have time to react, or they don't have time to focus on your rally because they're just getting destroyed, that's an equal amount of survivability. So I would say that in your case, likely what I would do is just go high lethality. I have a similar approach in mind. So the way that I look at armaments, right, is that you can get attack and defense and such, but now we have even another refinery, and before the refinery even came out, I was saying this, you can get attack and defense from your equipment, from your parts in your equipment, from your garage, from your heroes, from shelter skins, squad skins, alliance tech, your research tree, things like that. Like you get attack and defense from so many different places. However, armaments are the only place that you can get lethality and block, which are both multipliers. So the higher your lethality, the higher your damage dealt, and when your lethality is greater than the enemy's block, additional damage is dealt. So really the goal here is to have your lethality so high, or your block so high, in your case lethality, to where if your average enemy that you're going up against has, say, 600 block, like you want to go for like 900, 1000 lethality, so you can increase that gap by a ton and just have high damage output. So like on mine, I have right now I have 975 block, but if I put other pieces on, I'm at 1200. That's kind of where I focalize. Like I hyper dumped in the block for Garrison, for the damage mitigation piece. Yep, no worries at all, Charles. Pain meds, everything. Yeah. I'm doing good, Roost. Just skimming by. Let's see. That's a good pickup for 1100 gold. Yeah, you got the 2 stats plus to get up basic. Yeah. I mean, this is something that like you'll probably stick with for a long time and just continue upgrading. Sent you my hero, did you? Oh, you did. Okay. I was just seeing what alliance you're in. Oh, you're in Charmander King's alliance. Okay, nice. Or he's in your alliance. I don't know. Oh, but yeah, see, so you've got 82% attack here, which is solid. And you've got 840 lethality, it looks like. I mean, like I said, I would say like the only thing here is if I go through this, I would take the pieces that are squad, because they are typically about 10% lower in max value than troop specific. So squad defense maxes out at 4.5%, while rider squad attack maxes out at 5%, that kind of a thing. I would go through here, and actually what I would do first and foremost is I would take any of these values, the way that I've kind of told people to upgrade their armaments is to go through all your values and start at the lowest percentage or lowest lethality and block value and work your way up. So if your lowest value here is say like 3.2% or 3.3% or whatever have you, like that's what I would start with and just keep rehoning that until it goes up. But in your case, because you're high offensive, I would ignore the attack and lethality ones first. I would start with defense, so maybe 3.5% defense here. 3.9% defense. I mean, that's range, so we definitely want to get rid of that. And then 39 block. I would start with those three. So 3.5% defense, 3.9%, and then the 39 block. I would just rehome those and target lethality. If you get attack, you get attack. That's totally fine. But if you get lethality, I mean, you're looking like another potential 180 there. And then if you remove the other ones, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, that's another potential like 300. So you're looking at like you could have 500 more lethality than what you're at right now without touching your attack at all, and you would be at 82% attack and 1100 or 1200 lethality. And I would take that approach because there are other rider players that I know, like for example Amides in 59E. I'm sure you probably know who that is. He has a crazy good rider set as well. His does extremely well also, and his whole build, when we talk to each other, his whole build is basically the same exact thing. It's lethality based. So 7.2 mil, but you can see that his lethality is up at, oh wait, this is his Garrison one, sorry. Where's his lethality one? I think it's this one. Yeah, see, 1134 lethality, so he's at 1200 lethality, and then 75% attack. So he took a very similar approach. So that's what I would do if I was you. Like if you are hyper focused on your damage output, just replace your block and your defense where you can with lethality. Attack, if you land it, is totally fine. But yeah, that's where I would go. Do I think the game is dying? I've spent money in the game and it'll be sad if the game dies. I think that the game is just going through phases. I think it's difficult right now for new players to come in and get up to speed or try to catch up to where others are at. However, that problem isn't unique to Doomsday. It's a problem that's experienced in many other games like Rise of Kingdoms, State of Survival, and all the others, and those games are still doing fine. I wouldn't say that the game's state of health is in any place where you need to be overly concerned because the mass populations are still there. However, it would be an ignorant thing to say that there are more players today than there were, a year or two ago. I think that it's not too late for them to pivot and make smarter decisions to improve the game. But I wouldn't say like the game is dead by any means. I think that they could be doing better. Does the squad damage also increase skill damage, or is it only basic? No, squad damage encompasses all three. That's why squad damage has such high values in terms of like how much power you gain from it. So like you can see, for example, right, skill damage. So like this is 1.698 or 1.7 mil might, and so is this. But the value on skill damage dealt is almost 30% higher, or sorry, 50% higher. So that's how much more impactful it is. So your squad damage, yes, is at 11%. This one's at 15%, but you get the same amount of power gain from it because it does impact skill damage, basic attack, and counter damage. So if you can find squad damage anywhere, I 100% would go for it. You can send me an entrustment, but you can also just send me like an arena report and I can take a look for you. Whatever's easiest for you, I can help you with your account. No worries at all, Lions. Yeah, no, happy to help, man. Why did you lot change your name all to do me in one event? I didn't know who was the real one. Oh, that was when we were fighting HORS. And what had happened was they had Edgar on the team, which was Poodle's old account, which is an insanely strong account. It has like 5
7 mil marches, whatever have you, with like max garage and all that stuff. Like, it's a crazy good account. And what they were doing was that they had all changed their name to something similar with each other. So then when you were in the field, you couldn't really tell which one was the super strong march and which march was going to absolutely destroy you and which one was just a normal march. So in the state of banter and playing with them, we kind of did the same thing. We just all changed our names to Doomy, so you didn't really know who you were targeting. So we just kind of did it back. What does lethality do in terms of math? For example, lethality, 1000 lethality against 500 blocks. So the math itself is very complex, right? But if you were to do the math, let me see if I can. I feel like the best way to show this to you is to just actually like visualize it. I've kind of done this a few times, but I can show you here again. Okay, so if this is like the damage equation, oh, maybe I should learn to write better. Damage equation, right? So if this is the damage equation for Doomsday, you have your base stats like infantry. If we pull up the infantry here and you go to like their stats, you can see like their attack is 208. This right here, this 584 number, is your attack percentage stats. So they have 208 base, and if you go into your buffs here in your headquarters, infantry attack is 280.6%. So calculator, 280.6. If I go here, go to train, if I take 208 times 2, what was it, 280%, I believe it was, right? 280, yeah, so times 2.8 for 280%, it's 582.4, which you can see is this value here. So this green number is your attack percentage base stats that you get from like squad skins, from your research, all that stuff. It doesn't account for like your hero attack or your talents, those types of things that apply like what you're actually in combat. But you take your base attack, you put your attack percentage base in there. So you have your base damage times attack, right? That is going to give you your base damage. Then you take that base damage itself and you start running it against multipliers. So you're going to multiply it against squad damage, skill damage. Well, really, squad damage will be towards the end. Skill damage, your firepower bonus if you have more firepower than they have protection, lethality, that type of a thing. So really all it is that you have your base damage, and then these are all your other multipliers. So your squad percentage, your skill damage, or your basic and counterattack percentage, and then your firepower and your lethality, and that's how you equal your final damage. Or like, yeah, your final damage that you deal to them. So it's kind of complex, but yeah, that's it. It's just an additional multiplier, like your lethality. It's hard to pin down precisely like how much it is, because of things like diminishing returns, and like it's like your lethality impact is also dependent on your enemy's block, which is always changing. Like you might fight, like you might have 900 lethality and your enemy might have 600 block, but then another opponent has like 800 block, another one has 200 block. So it's always ever changing. But yeah, that's kind of how it's calculated. I wouldn't mind a full inspection. Might learn some stuff to pass the alliance. Is filling your armaments with lethality block better than defense attack? I would say yes. If you can focus lethality and block in your armaments, I 100% would. Yeah, I would focus lethality block in your armaments where you can. And then you get attack and defense from so many other places. Scro gone. Scro was saying he was quitting after the tournament, so I don't know if he did or not. So what's the better stat? Attack without lethality for sure. because like they're both good stats. Like how can I show this? So if you have a calculator, right? If you have, say, a base attack or base damage of 100 damage, and you're going off of like a multiplier like lethality, and you do like ×2, it's 200. If you were to full focus on, say, attack and not lethality, that would be like you doing them pretty much the same thing of 200, but ×1 because you're not using lethality. But let's say you did 150 attack times 1.5 with lethality because you're going to balance it out. It comes out to 225. The point here is that the more balance that you make it between your attack and your lethality, the better your account's going to be, because you don't want to just have a high multiplier like this. And you don't want to just have a high base value like that. You want to have something that's a mixture of both, where you have a good base damage, but then you have a good multiplier too. But again, you get attack from so many different sources, like your research, your heroes, talents, all the rest of those things, your equipment, your parts and stuff, that the only place you're getting lethality and block is your armaments. So you want to focus on that. Oh, dude, I used to love Master Pickle, man. Master Pickle was like one of my one of my great friends in this game. That guy used to I used to love how much he would clown on Panda in his videos. I miss that guy. He was way cool. No, I appreciate that though. What should I upgrade first? Squad damage reduction for my backpack part to red, or 2 squad infantry HP from yellow to purple. So what I tell people is, if you want to focus on your backpack, that's totally fine. However, if you go and, like, let's say you're going to march out into the field, if when you go to do a march, if of the marches that you have, 3 of your marches are one troop specific, so like right here in arena I have infantry, rider, and ranged. If of your 5 marches 3 of them are one specific troop type, like in my case infantry, then take the white parts that you're doing and do it for infantry first, because this is only super expensive to upgrade these parts because it impacts all of your troops. But why would you bother doing that if the majority of the squads that you're sending out are one specific troop type? I would rather get the majority, or 60% of my marches, 60% of my troops in the field, I'd rather buff them as quick as possible because it's cheaper to upgrade these and then come back and do these. So if you have 5 marches and 3 of them are infantry, then I would do your infantry parts to white first and then do backpack after. Sent in Trustman. Yeah, I got you. His might is not in 500 mil, so think they zeroed him. Oh, geez. So you need a mix, not just one higher stat over the other. Yeah, like having a mix is good, but again, I would focus on lethality and block in your armaments, and just get your attack and stuff from other things like the refinery. Is there a mechanic or stat that is exponential in terms of impact or result? I would say garage firepower is the most impactful, but it makes the most sense because it's a true false statement. So when you look at armaments, it says here, the higher the block, the lower the damage received. When your block is greater than the lethality, the squad receives less damage. If you have, say, if your enemy has 900 lethality and you have 500 block, I could increase my block from 500 to 550 to 600 to 650 to 700, that kind of a thing. And with every increment that I go up, getting closer to 900, I am closing the gap and receiving less and less damage, right? And it goes beyond that to where if they have 900 lethality and I have 1,000 block, I'm taking even less damage. And if I go to 1,100 block, 1,200 block, whatever, it's less and less and less, right? So it's proportionate both ways. However, in Garage, it's a true false statement. With Garage, the way that it works is that if you have when your firepower is greater than the opponent's protection, your squad gains the barrage fire effect, which increases the squad's final damage. However, if you do not have more firepower than the enemy's protection, you don't gain that effect. Like, it's just not there at all. So if your enemy has 2,500 firepower and you have 2,501 protection, you've mitigated that buff altogether. And it doesn't matter whether you have 2,501 protection or 4,000 protection. It's the same thing. You don't get more damage reduction in Garage by having more protection. You're either taking the bonus damage by having less protection than their firepower, or you're not, because you have more. If that makes sense. I know it's like kind of complicated, but it's like one of those things where, like, with lethality and block, you can go higher or lower than a value and it like impacts your damage or damage taken. But in Garage, you just strictly have to have more firepower than their protection, otherwise you don't get this effect. And again, like, you can't hyper focus protection and expect to have a lot of damage mitigation like you would block. So when you have high firepower and you have exponentially more than your opponent, it definitely shows with how much bonus damage you're doing. So Garage, I would say, is the most impactful in terms of like multiplier. Yeah, I think Scro just outright quit Mitchell. Let's do this entrustment. I know that's like really complicated. It's easier for me to explain like on paper. But yeah, like basically if you're going to hyper focus on firepower, you're going to get the most damage bonus, but you're going to run into opponents that have high protection and that bonus is going to mean nothing. Like you have to be fighting someone weaker. Okay. So let's go here and look at your stuff. So you have good homes. Everything is good there. I'm going to assume that that's probably the case against all of these. Yeah. So homes, armaments, everything looks good. Nothing to report back on here. Yeah, everything looks good on that. He was kind of done with the game. He wasn't really liking the direction that the game was going. You can just send me a entrustment request, or you can send me an arena report. Marches look good. I would say the same thing here that I was saying earlier. I would match, like, if you have a Bodala and an Eddie, especially where your Eddie's awakened, you can see here with the awakened skill that when the shield is broken or disappears, it reduces the HP of 3 nearby enemy squads. That works for his shields that he has, but it also works for other shields as well. So I would pair Bodala with Eddie, so then when Bodala's shield breaks, it also reduces HP, so it's a good synergy. So I would switch Bodala to be with Eddie here. And honestly, I would maybe run Stella with a Dut, just simply because you can have more damage output. And I would run 1 debuff march. At least the way that I like to do things, like, I feel like this right here is like a decent debuff march, but you kind of like limit yourself by having some of these pairs. So if I was to do this, right, I would run Stella and a Dut, because a Dut's going to give her a bunch of attack and a bunch of defense, move speed, that kind of a thing. And then I would run Thunder in front of LeBlanc, because then it's a very healthy, very survivable march, but both apply debuffs. And then because you have 1 march focused on debuffing and not like 2 marches half debuffing, you can isolate it to where your 1 march does the debuffing, and you can look at your other 4 marches to just strictly do the damage output for you. So I would run Bodala, Eddie, Stella, Adut, Thunder, and Claude, and then this is fine, and this is fine as well. That would be the only thing that I would change there. Garage wise, where's Garage? Garage-wise, same feedback here. So you've got these already level 16, which is great. However, you can see, like, if you go to upgrade this, you're at 4,112 for 13. Whereas you can go here and do 3 of these upgrades for 15, and it would be less, or it would be 30% cheaper. So I would upgrade all of these to at least level 8, ideally level 10, and then from there get these like level 18 or 20, and then come back and get these like level 14. Just because you gain so much firepower and protection by getting these ones leveled up, it's going to be far cheaper. And then every 100 firepower and protection you go up, you're also getting squad attack and squad defense. So it still is going to benefit your infantry, and the higher firepower and protection will just be a better multiplier for you as well. Beast wise, I mean, yeah, like, you've got the right ones leveled up. Ships are just like a work in progress, so nothing wrong there. Looks good on the pairing for crit. Yeah, no, everything looks good there as well. Where's Refinery? Infantry squad defense. Yeah, no, it looks good here as well. I mean, honestly, like what I would do in your case is, if you wanted to, kind of like how the video I have shows, I would even start with just blue and purple and do something like this. So I would add all those there. I would do legendary. I would do a blue or a purple value, so you're not looking at something too expensive. You're looking for things with infantry attack or defense, or a squad attack and defense. You could even add infantry squad damage or damage reduction. And then I would just sort this by price and just go through these, and then look for items that have 2 of the stats that you're looking for a good price. Let's see if we can find one while we're here. We may not, but... I mean, it's all about kind of like getting lucky, right? So, but yeah, like that's what I would do, is just keep an eye on this. I mean, the longer that this building and this mechanic is out, the more items that are going to be in the shop itself, and the better the prices are going to be as it gets more saturated. So yeah, I would just look for pieces that have like double infantry attack, or infantry attack and defense, or maybe even like an infantry damage reduction type of thing alongside it, and then that way you have a piece that you can invest in for a long period of time, instead of having to worry about switching pieces, or working on one piece and then, you know, a couple weeks or a month down the road you're switching pieces again or whatever have you. So it's all going to be about timing and luck here. You're just going to need to get lucky to try to find a piece that has 2 infantry slots on it like this. So infantry attack, infantry, or squad attack, squad attack. So this would be something that you can pick up, and then over time just upgrade these parts here and upgrade this, and then it'll go really well. Like already off the rip, this is like 5% attack almost. So yeah, that's what I would do in the refinery standpoint. Other than that, I mean, the account looks great. You're in a good place. Looks like your lineup is solid. Yeah, garage is good. Your armament homes are great. Yeah, no. All in all, it's a really good foundation. Like you're doing the right things. So nothing too crazy. I would say just like based on whatever you want to focus on next will kind of dictate which way your account's going to go. But in terms of like the best stats you can get on return for the cheapest amount of gold, I would focus on those refinery parts to get the double, and you'll get huge stat buffs out of that for fairly cheap. You'll like our marker over Ampede. Oh shit, I didn't notice. Sorry. Let me go back. Sorry guys, give me one second. I gotta wipe my nose. It's like dripping again. Hey, I appreciate that. You guys are awesome. No, that's way sweet. Thank you. No, I'm happy to help out any way I can, honestly. Rider lead in tower, G70 to 80, 4 mil Elena, 3.6 mil chasey, 2 super weapon skills. Use Elena Felix for rallies. Move Felix to chasey. Now Elena is idle. What's the best partner for rallies and field fights?
There may be.
So you're trying to figure out what's the best partner for rallies and field fights. Field fights, I would run Elena Felix, just because it's just such a high damage combination. For rallies, if you're a second or a third rally, or specifically like a counter rally, I would run Felix and Elena still, because then you still get the flank damage from Elena. If you are tanking a tower, or you're just one-on-one with a tower, I would run Chasey Felix for the damage reduction. So Chasey Felix if you are 1v1 with a tower, Elena and Felix if you are a flank rally on a tower or a counter rally, and then in the field, Elena Felix does extremely well because it's super fast. What's the best pair for Eileen? I run it with Miyamoto. I also have Max Badala. Miyamoto is going to be your best pair. I like that as like an AoE pair. I don't even know if I'm doing it on mine. Yeah, I'm running Marco, but yeah, I like Eileen and Miyamoto in the field. It's solid AoE. If you wanted to change it up any, Eileen and What is it? Eileen and Adut is really good for like single marches as well. It's a little bit faster, but it also has quite a bit more survivability with like the defense and stuff. So like if you're in AR and you're like hitting cement marches and stuff, you don't really care too much about the AoE from Miyamoto because you're not like ideally like hitting multiple marches at once. You're trying to focus one, which would be like their cement runners or like the single marches and stuff. So Adut does really well there too with the movement speed, the high attack, but then also high defense. So that march can usually last longer as well. So I think it's very situational for you depending on like what type of combat you're in. But Eileen and Miyamoto for most murder ball and team fights and stuff. Eileen and Adut can do really well when like solo targeting. I have a question. I'm a new player, 20 days. Like I see everyone playing riders or infantry. What about ranged? They're not meta. It's not that they're not meta. Ranged is definitely very meta. It's just that like they're very high damage, but they're very slow at the same time. Ranged garrisons are good with Ethan and Louis. Like that, it's like one of the best garrisons you can have. Ranged has one of the best counter rallies and secondary rallies because of AoE and being able to have field control utilizing that. But I think that the game is in a place where there's so many heroes that move fast from like an infantry standpoint or from a rider standpoint that ranged really just get targeted down rather quickly. And it's hard for them to counter that type of play in the field because if they go to target like the rider marches, the infantry marches, they can typically just get away from running away and being too fast. So it's not that they're not meta, it's just they're very situational. They're more situational than infantry and rider are, I should say. What's the best field rider pair right now? I would say May and Felix is really good. May and Elena is really good. May and I think Daryl does really well with May too, if I remember right. Yeah, May and Daryl does really well with the increased skill damage, plus they both have AoE. They do really well also. There's a few of them. Like May just in general is I think still like one of the best field ones. But yeah, you have like Daryl, like any combination really with like Daryl, Felix, Elena, and May is pretty top tier. Bella is not too far behind. But the fact that she like slows down in combat kind of hurts her and her kit a bit. But yeah, Sophie absolutely destroys infantry for sure. Hey, Kuzma. As you were going for range, I selected range, but later on I regretted because of the speed and less defense. Hey Z, can you accept my friend request for entrustment? Oh, yeah, I got you. Okay. The leaked photo. Someone mentioned that in the alliance chat. I haven't though. No. Yeah, no, they're definitely not going to be slowing down with heroes, which is really unfortunate. You would think that they would give you time to enjoy the new heroes that you have before they bring out new ones, but that's just not the way they operate, I guess. No, I understand that not everyone has May. That's why I'm kind of speaking from like a generalized standpoint. If you have May, she's great. If not, it's totally fine. You have Daryl, Felix, Elena, and Bella to kind of make up for it. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, you're online still. Oh, shit. Did you for entrustment? I mainly do Garrison, but my homes are all over the place. It'd be a horror for the shit. Nah, I mean, honestly, it's a learning opportunity, so. Never anything wrong with learning and pivoting. I've made plenty of mistakes in this game as well. So. Oh. Okay. Let's take a look. Starting with heroes. There we go.
Yowson, can you type a message in the stream chat so I know who I'm talking to here real quick? The owner of this account. Okay, that's you. Okay, perfect. Nope, just making sure.
Always finds a way, my dear.
Oh, interesting. So you have a leader set. Okay. Sophie. Huh? What's up? Do I want a sandwich? Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, please. Thank you. Okay. So the pairings look good. There's nothing wrong with the pairings at all.
I am merely a common professor.
Marco's 4511. Do you have any other heroes that are finished? So you have a Dut done, Miyamoto done, Ribbon done, Eileen's almost done. Okay. So because of the heroes that you have available, this is solid. This is fine. There's nothing wrong with this at all.
I've never thought of.
Yeah, like hero pairing wise, you're totally fine in that sense. Let me see. Saying I need to check heroes again. Yeah, like you don't have Louis done. Yeah, so hero pairings are good here. Nothing wrong with that. Let's take a look at your armament sets. Equipment. Looks good. Well, this is a good piece. Looks good. Yeah, vehicle-wise, you're kind of doing the same thing. You're 1811. 18 is like way up there. I would say like get this to 12 and then get these to level 6 to level 10. Honestly, probably get these to level 10 and then you can get this one caught up to level 18 if you wanted. But yeah, I would get this to 12, get these to level 10. Because you do have other marches that you are using that aren't just infantry, but then the bonus, like you're at 608 firepower here, and these are down at 278, so you're going to get a bonus 330 times 2, so you're going to get, yeah, like, I mean, that's like another 6% attack, 6% defense, or 6% attack, 6% squad defense to your infantry, but then also the additional, like 600 or 600 or so firepower and block. So I would do that. Armaments wise, take a look at your homes. Rally, Garrison. The only thing that I would say on those is just I would try to rid yourself of any of the Rally or the Garrison homes, especially like where they're mixed. I know that a lot of people like they'll get like a red Rally attack or like a red Garrison, and they'll be like, oh, I'm going to keep that because it's red, when it doesn't do anything for you at all. So like you have 1, 2, 3 of those. When you're in the field, like it looks red, but it's not doing a single thing for you. Like you'd be much better off taking a gold 35 block or 3% attack or defense. If you did that on all three at just even 3%, that's an additional 9% attack or 100% or 100 lethality or something along those lines, as opposed to those hones not doing anything for you at all. If you were consistently rallying and garrisoning, that would be one thing. But again, like I would rather have hones in place that are actively being used 24/7 than hones that are only being used partially. Because right now it says that it's 4.145, but with 3 red hones, you're probably closer to like a 3.8-ish on your actual effectiveness. So the actual effectiveness of the damage that you're doing and the damage that you're mitigating and stuff like that is actually lower than what the number is here, which this is very misleading. So that would be the only other piece that I would say is just try to steer clear of these garrison and rally hones. Even taking just purple values in their place gives you some kind of stats as opposed to none at all. So that's what I would do. So that kind of covers your garage and your armaments. Your refinery, from what I could tell, looked good also. You have quite a few of you have I think like one piece even that has infantry attack and defense. So yeah, these are solid pieces. Nothing wrong with these at all. Beast wise,
yeah, it looks like you're leveling up the right ones. I mean, beasts are kind of just like one of those like work in progress type things. So, yeah, no, I mean everything looks good. Like I said, the only piece of feedback that I could say would just be the armament hones. Trust me, yes, it's me, Sup Punk. Can I get a quick rundown on Boyd's best Garrison partners? All 3 skills transcended next week. Does Ethan really add enough to make me chase him next? My man Barris. Yeah, let me show you real quick. But yeah, no, yeah. So that's what I would do. Like all in all, everything looks solid, and the good thing is that you only have a few hones that are out of place, but those few hones stack up. Is really all it is. You know, like if all 3 of those were red hones, that's an additional 15% attack that you're missing out on, or 15% defense, or almost 200 lethality and block, that kind of a thing. So while it doesn't seem like much, it definitely adds up over time. So Ethan is definitely like the best secondary that we've seen for Boyd thus far, but it's also situational. So if you're in a 1v1 garrison, if you are in a garrison and there's only a threat of 1 rally, they're not swarming, that kind of a thing, Boyd Riven does the best because their damage output usually doesn't have enough damage output to actually out damage the shields that are mitigating. So in 1v1s, rally garrison, Boyd Riven. In multi-rally situations or situations where they are swarming the tower, Boyd Ethan does really well. And then in situations where they're multi-swarming the tower plus multi-rallying, so you have up to 10 marches on the tower at once, typically Boyd and Stella will do the best because of the high counter damage. It really just depends on the situation that you're in. But Boyd Ethan versus 3 rallies does extremely well. Where is... Like, here's Edgar. This traded as well as it did versus the Edgar account because they were swarming, and Edgar is just known to swarm anyways. So anytime that you're going to have 10 marches on the tower, I would say run a Boyd Stella. Anytime that you're going to be running into multi-rallies like AR and stuff where there's not always a threat of swarming, I would run Boyd Ethan. The Boyd Ethan also just does really good with the fact that it's field control as well. Like, you've got the AoE under tower and stuff that you can fight under. I have a 346 mil account. Can you look at it? If you use the right field setup, I am stuck because... What's up, Elixir? I have too many heroes to use and don't know who to use. Yeah, by all means. Happy to help. Oh shit, hold on. My friends list is full again. Oh, yep. I can look at them. Account entrustment. Hold on, there was another one. I think this one I need to do also. Let me take a look at this account first, then we'll look at your smoke. But yeah, Bears, you're gonna run between Riven, Ethan, and Stella. Boyd Ethan is probably the one that I use the most. Honestly, the biggest reason is that when you look at secondary heroes to put behind Boyd, like Stella. I don't know if there's a Stella on this account or not. Give me one sec. Is there a Stella on this account? I just don't see a Stella. Am I blind? I'm blind. Oh yeah, there she is. So Stella gives you like the high attack and the high counter damage and such. Riven does solid, but she just doesn't have a high enough counter damage to deal with like swarms and whatnot. But with Ethan, if you can have 2, ideally 3 skills transcended, which I think this account had Ethan, it did. So if you can have 2 to 3 skills transcended, where where you would do the first one for sure, the second one or this skill here, you go from a 20% chance to 30% chance. It's a 50% increase. I would do that. And then when you take the range squad defense and make it squad defense, not a lot of secondaries that you can have on Garrison for infantry actually offer defense. So this brings a huge survivability factor to it. Also, the reduction in skill damage that he takes is nice, but Ethan with at least 3 skills transcended does amazing in Garrison. You can get away with 2. I was using 2 for a while. I did this skill and this skill. You need the squad defense and you need his first skill. This right here with the 50% increase to get the gunfire stacks is just a quality of life. I got you, Aki, no worries. Okay, nice. Yeah, let's take a look. So you have a 4 mil set, and let's see. So you have rally. You did make mention that you are the rally player. So if you are running the rally, totally fine to have these hones if that's like what you're doing on a consistent basis. I would get rid of the Garrison skill damage because it's not serving you anything at all. That's kind of the only piece that I would say. I know that you are running rally, but I don't believe that you're using this piece for rally. So I'd get rid of the rally here, get rid of the rally here, get rid of the Garrison here. Yeah, Garrison I'd get rid of.
Let's go, Sam.
Rally, Garrison. Yeah, like, honestly, like, you could have green or blue values in place, and at least it's giving you stats that you can, like, utilize. If you're just taking stats for stats, like this red here is inflating your power, but it's not remotely near your actual combat effectiveness. So I would get rid of the rally and the Garrison ones where you can. That's honestly the only piece of advice I would say on the armaments. I think that you had already mentioned that as well. Your actual rally set though is solid. You're at 60% attack, 600 lethality. Yeah, like this is solid. Like there's nothing wrong with this at all. I mean, 12% additional attack, so you're at 70% attack. Yeah, I would just get rid of the Garrison one, and other than that, it looks good. Let's take a look at your. Sounds good, Bear. It's good to see you, buddy. Thanks for being here, man. If you are using the one armament set in the field, I would probably consider getting rid of the rally hones, because if you're using this armament set in the field, you're missing out on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hone slots. Let's just say, for example, like for argument's sake, you got each of those to a ranged attack with, how many did I say? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, yeah, like that's 30% attack that you're missing out on. If you were to convert that over to lethality at 65, that's almost 400 lethality that you're missing out on in the field and stuff. So your field effectiveness, so like as a rally player, you're at 4 mil, but as a field player, you're probably close to like 3.5. So if this is the armament set that you're using in the field, I would highly recommend getting rid of the rally hones and having something that works in all 3 roles: field, garrison, and rallies, not just rallies themselves. Let's look at equipment. Ranged. Yeah, no, I mean, that's fine there. With this, I mean, you probably know what's coming. I would just get these to tier 3, if and when you can. This one's at 13. This one's at 7. Yeah, I'd get these to tier 3 level 1. Maybe get this to level 10, and then look at getting these other ones to like level 6. Equipment. Yeah, you're doing good here because you're a rally player, so the attack one's good. And then beast, like, really, there's not too much to write home about, other than the fact that actually you said you're a rally player. So if you're a rally player, I would get your undead bull leveled up as quick as possible if you can. I know it's going to take a little bit longer, but that's where I would emphasize putting all of your crates where you can select which beast that you want. I would get your bull up ASAP, because that's going to be your biggest damage multiplier for beasts and rallies. And then use your corpse bull, your purple one, behind it. But other than that, yeah, no, everything looks good there. The banner's covering the hero's power. Oh, is it? I can get rid of that one. There we go. Fourth, Ethan transcended skill says squad defense, while not transcended says range defense. So it means that transcend. Yes, correct. So if you're going to use Ethan in an infantry garrison, you do need to have his fourth skills transcended, because that's how you go from having range defense to squad defense, which applies to infantry. Yeah, no worries at all. Thanks, Mitchell. Appreciate it. What should I upgrade on my parts and workshops? So yeah, I think we covered that, but yeah, like your workshop, just get it to tier 3, and then work on your ranged one to at least level 10, then get the others to level 6. Your parts themselves, just keep working on your ranged attack, because typically with ranged rallies, you'll be a second or third rally or a counter rally, so you don't need to worry too much about the survivability aspect. So yeah, I would just get your ranged attack and stuff to white. It's a pain to try to find refinery equipment with 2 squad attributes that you want. I bought the very wrong piece for after hours. Yeah, no, it's going to be a game of luck right now. Like, you really just have to be at the right place at the right time. Everybody's looking for the same pieces. Everyone's just starting out. That's why I tried to tell people, like, don't be hasty with it right now. The update's only been out for 3 days. You know, give it 2 or 3 weeks, and players will, or like the market will be a lot more saturated. Prices will be a lot more balanced, and there'll be a lot more items in the market, right? Like, anything that you know about this game is that it's a marathon, not a sprint. So just know ahead of time what types of pieces you're looking for, and just find or buy them when you find them. Just because a piece is there and it's selling doesn't mean that it needs to be bought today. You know, you can get it at a much better price later on, or maybe you'll get something with even better stats. So Smoke, are you still here by chance? Time I'd also like if you could watch over my account. Yeah, that's totally fine. By all means, you can send me an arena report. You can send me a entrustment. Either one. Which hero should I focus on next? You had range, so I would say in your case, like Louis wouldn't be a bad idea to focus, or Ethan. Ethan is probably going to be more expensive to get than Louis, right? But Ethan or Louis, just because they work really well in rallies, they work really well in the field, and they work really well in Garrison also. Sophie Louis, just in general, is a great AoE counter rally to control the field. It's a great rally on towers to control the field and have high damage. In the field in general as well, it just has high rage, regeneration, and high skill damage. Same thing with Ethan. So I would say just focus on somebody that you can pair with Sophie that's AoE. So Ethan or Louis in this case, I would say. You sent me a friendship request. I think I accepted all the requests. What are your thoughts on range pairs for Jax? I'm only around 64 mil, so still building. Also, what skills did you focus on range, attack, etc.? With Jack, he's kind of unique. He's kind of more of just like a survivability pair. Like, I've seen a lot of people run Jack with Sophie to keep her alive. I've also seen a lot of people run Jack with Ethan and even Louis and stuff. His kit itself, it's very much like survivability here. He does bring like good skill damage. Oh, thank you. Yeah, he brings like the survivability aspect. Like when he's under 50%, he has more survivability or sustain. He does bring the move speed. So if you want like a hit and run march, maybe you run him with someone like Lynn. Is that her name? Lynn, because I know that she has the move speed as well. So if you just want like a hit and run march, Lynn and Jack does really well. If you want something with like AoE and survivability, Ethan has really good stats for survivability. Sophie has good stats for survivability as well. So I would say, yeah, like Lynn, if you want to have just like a really harassy fast march, or Sophie or Louis if you want to have more of like an AoE factor. I have Sophie, Louis, and Julia awakened and Bards at 5552. Yeah, so I would just run Sophie and Louis for now. I would say get Ethan up, because Ethan will just be another solid pair for you to utilize. I saw that you're using 2 ranged marches. So a Julie and Ethan, or even a Bard and Ethan does really well. 164. Region 164 FIB. And then R5. I'm finding that it's cheaper to pay for a piece of equipment with 2 gold attributes instead of leveling one up to level 1. Purple or red will cost you. Yeah, like it really just depends on the market and how it fluctuates, right, Blue? So you may have people that are selling things for cheap right now because they don't really know the prices. But again, the market and the auction house has been out for 3 days, so prices are fluctuating while the market tries to find a balance to say like 3, 4, 5% of a stat should equal about this much in gold or whatever have you. And just because items are being listed for a certain price doesn't mean they're selling for them. So it's going to take some time for the market itself to find a comfortable price for each stat value, stat range, that kind of a thing. So as the markets level out, I think that you'll see the upgradable pieces become cheaper, and then the pieces that actually have like those two parts and stuff will be more expensive. But again, like right now, like so many people are trying to figure out how to use the auction house, and they don't really know like how good of quality items that they have actually are and stuff. Where like the market is just way too young right now for the prices to be situated. So I would say just give it time. Yeah, and there's definitely steal of deals in the auction house as well. Like there are people that are just selling stuff for like way too cheap. So smoke. Sorry, I gotta wipe my nose real quick again. Holy cow. Ugh. Brutal day. Is there anywhere in particular, Smoke, that you wanted me to cover on this? I'm trying to remember from your comments earlier. You were saying there was something in particular we wanted to look at. You want me to just look at everything, or was there something in particular? Sorry, I just want to make sure that I cover that for you. I want to know. Oh, that's right. That's right. The best field setup. That's right. Okay. So let's see. So you've got Chasey maxed out. Miyamoto's solid. This is done. To Void. Bodalo Claude's done. Bianca's done. A dud.
This world isn't so different from a jungle, and I will emerge the victor.
Let's see. You're running 1 ranged, 3 infantry. Let's see what you're running right now, anyways. So it looks like you're running 3 infantry, 1 ranged, 1 rider. Okay, so that's pretty much what I do as well. So if I was to do this, I would do that. That's fine there. I actually don't like Stella in the field because she has to be targeted or in a rally in order to like get her stuff to proc. Boyd is good if you have his skill transcended to where like the skill damage applies in the field, but it doesn't in this case. So I would probably do something like this. I would run I'm assuming you don't have Eileen done yet. Okay. So I would do, let's see, or that one. Do you have Eddie done? No. No. Okay. I would do that. I would do
My scars remind me of mortal suffering.
that. And I would do
Someone is still listening. I will keep singing for them.
that. This is likely what I would do in your case.
Will you let me go?
Chasey does solid. Chasey and Felix is decent. But here's the thing, right? What G bracket are you mostly fighting in, Smoke? That's going to be an important question here. One of the most important questions we could probably ask on this is what G bracket you're fighting in. Because the thing is that the higher the bracket that you're in, the stronger your opponents are going to be, and the more important things like percentage-based reductions are going to become, or percentage-based bonus damage. So one of my favorite pairs actually for rider pairs when I'm playing in Apex or in Upper Elite is actually Chasey and Bella, because Chasey will proc this and make it to where the next 5 seconds she's going to do 330% bonus damage, but then the next second Bella's going to put a debuff on them to where they take the damage that they take is increased by 20%, but that 3 seconds is going to last the full 5 seconds of this 330%. So you're actually dealing closer to 390% by having this 20% apply as well. So you would proc this. The next 5 seconds she does bonus damage, but then 3 of those 5 seconds they're actually going to be taking increased damage as well, like a flat 20%. So this just becomes that much more effective. So this was actually one of the better pairs that I found to work in Upper Elite and in Apex as well, just because so many of the enemies are strong and their defense, their HP, all that kind of stuff is way high. So the biggest thing that you want to do is just apply like flat damage debuffs to them, that kind of a thing. So I would run something like this personally.
Sky is blue. Green.
Just seeing what else you have. Yeah. Yeah, I would likely do this. Marco being fully transcended would be good. If you had like Marco done and you had Eileen done, what I would do, like, so this is what I would do right now. Preferably when you get like the rest of the account done, I would run something like this, probably. Eileen.
My scars remind me of mortal suffering.
Marco Rossi of the PF Squad Company 1 and Eric Kasamoto of Sparrows, reporting for duty.
This would be the ideal setup. If you can finish Eileen and you can finish Marco, this is the ideal setup you would do. Now, why would I do that? Is because right here you have a fast AoE march that you can use for your primary damage output, since your infantry is your best set. This right here is applying a 20% debuff to your enemies, so they take 20% more damage. On top of that, Chasey is applying a damage debuff to them also, or reducing their damage dealt. So again, it's percentage based. So if your enemy is dealing 1,000 damage and you're applying a 15% debuff, it reduces their damage by 150. If they're dealing 10,000 damage, you're reducing it by 1,500. Your reduction didn't change, but the effectiveness of it did. So the stronger your opponent, the more beneficial things like this are. So this is going to be your debuff march for them. Make them to where they deal 15% less damage. Make it to where they take 20% more damage. This is your AoE harass march. This is your HP debuff march. So he's going to be applying a 30... What is it? 35? Yeah, 35% HP debuff. If they go to target them, they're going to get debuffed additionally by 47% more, so you're just cutting down their HP a large amount. This is going to be your sustain march. So you've got some AoE, but then Sophie's also going to make it to where they take, again, flat skill damage bonus, or a flat damage bonus on their end. So this is doing a similar thing to Bella. And then this right here is just your buff march, right? You're going to keep it healthy behind Bodala, but you're going to increase the attack, defense, and everything of the rest of your marches. So this is your buff march. This is your debuff march. This is a debuff high damage march. This is a debuff high damage march, and this is your primary damage. This is how I would do it. Yeah, Wayne, I can do you next. So if you're looking smoke, this is what I would do. But you would need to finish Eileen. You would need to finish Marco. Does that make sense though? Does that make sense why I would pick that in that case? Because again, like one of the biggest things, like if I look at your alliance here, yeah, so you're like a heavy hitter in the alliance, like by far, right? One of the biggest things that you're doing here by applying so many debuffs to them is you're making it to where your whole alliance is that much more effective. If you're making it to where they're dealing 15% less damage, but their overall damage that they're taking is 40% more, and their HP is cut by 82%, now all of a sudden all your allies, even though they're in the 100 to 200 mil range, even though they're not mega whales, their damage is that much more like aggregated basically because the enemy is so weak, and it's on you to do that. So when you're playing like as a team, like one of the pitfalls that people have is they try to play for themselves and they try to have like their own high damage output. But what they fail to realize is that, especially like in murder balls and stuff, if you can just debuff all the enemies there, you're going to steamroll them, because you just make you're essentially enabling all of your alliance members to perform better as well too, which all in all just helps your murder ball, helps your overall performance, helps your ability to overrun teams and stuff. So it's kind of two-parted. But that's what I would do there. And then we'll take a look really quick at your arena. Yeah, no worries. Happy to help. Infantry squad damage, squad defense. Yeah, looks good. Squad damage reduction. Yeah, no, nothing wrong with these. Oh, your hones. I'm sure your hones are probably fine. I could probably just tell, but just in case. Yeah, I mean, I like the only thing here is, like I said, same thing. If you really like want to optimize it like to its peak, you're missing, we'll call it 65 lethality, 65 lethality, 65 lethality, 65. So we'll just say that you're missing about 260 potential lethality or block, or 24% attack or defense in the field by having Rally and Garrison mixed hones. That 24% attack would be enabled for you in the field and in Rally and in Garrisons if you went troop specific or squad attack or defense or lethality or block. So if you can get rid of those Rally and Garrison hones, I'm not a fan with them, and that's why. Same thing here. So that's the only feedback that I could give on in terms of like the armaments and stuff. Looks like you built your Pango up really well, so this is a good Garrison or Rally March. Yeah, like your beasts are in a solid place. One of the best pairs, so you do have it. The best pair for Rallies and Garrison in terms of beast is actually a Pango or Bull plus Otachi support. Otachi support actually gives you up to 85% crit damage bonus, which is huge. That's really hard to get like on OC chips and stuff. So the crit damage here, 12%. And then here it stacks as well. It gives a large amount of crit damage. That's by far the best pair that you can actually have as a Rally or Garrison player is Pango or Bull plus Otachi. So try that out if you want to have something there, or want to try something new. But other than that, yeah, man, everything looks good. Sorry, I'm trying to bounce over to Wayne real quick, because I know, Wayne, you were saying you need to go to bed soon. What's up, Nilu? How's it going? Yeah, Nilo, can you send me an entrustment request or a, oh, you did. Okay. Which one of these is your account, Nilo? And then I can help you. Yeah, no worries at all, brother. If you need help at any time, just let me know. No, happy to, man. I love helping accounts, especially stronger accounts. It's been one of my favorites. I've helped like Amides, I've helped Hans back in the day. I've helped quite a few of the bigger accounts, so happy to. You are Fury, okay. Oh. Let me... I already did an account review for you. Okay, let's do yours real quick, because I know that you were saying you need to go to bed soon, so... Yeah, man, always happy to help, by all means. If you ever have questions down the road, just let me know. Let's see. Yeah, as soon as you send me the entrustment request, I can do that for you. Yeah, what's up, Dr. Death? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, Wayne, let me know when you send that that request and we'll jump in there. When am I coming back to Prim? I don't know, man. Your guys' matchups kind of suck. I can't lie. I don't know, man. Like, I feel like brackets and stuff are changing a bunch, so it'll be kind of interesting to see where teams end up moving forward and stuff. I send request. Not sure if looking at my battle reports helps with any insight. Yes. If you can send me an arena report, or if you have the account entrustment feature, I can take a look there as well. Okay. Just gotta sign out for you and I'll log in. I need to reset it on my end. Oh, you gotta log out. Oh, there we go. Okay. Cool. I know that feature's kind of buggy sometimes, so. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay.
Downtown is where we
So we got 1 ranged, 4 infantry. Okay. So. What's up, Brent? How's it going? Okay, let's take a look and see what you're working with. Okay, only piece of advice for vehicles. Yeah, if we can get that one to tier 3, awesome. I know that you're probably already aware of that. That's the only thing in terms of vehicle to do. You've got both of these at level 11, so if you can get this tier 1, I would then, after you get this tier 3 level 1, I would then get all these to level 5 tier 3 as a good base. Phones, infantry, and squad all around. We've got double garrison on that one. A rally. Yeah, I would say, like, honestly, same feedback as I'm giving to other individuals. You know, garrison and rally hones are nice, especially when they're red. They look pretty, but that's the problem, is that's all it is. They look pretty. Your armament might say 3.75 mil, but because you have 2 red values and a fairly high gold value here as well, that's not usable in field. Your field effectiveness is actually closer to probably like 3.5. So I get questions and frustrations all the time of players basically saying like, hey, my set is a 6 mil set, but I don't feel like I'm hitting like 6 mil and stuff. And that's usually the main culprit that I see. So if you want to be more effective in the field and all other roles, granted, if you're garrisoning and rallying also, I would say get these switched over to attack, lethality, block, or defense, so they can be used in all the roles. Looks like you kind of got the same thing going on here with a garrison and a rally and a rally. Yeah, same thing there. You just got 3 of them to change out. Rally there. Yeah, honestly, that's the only piece of advice I would have for your armaments. I say that like low power is better than no power. So what I mean by that is that you could have this, like, let's say you had these at like 2.5% for attack on each, you know, on all 3 of them. That's 7.5% attack. Yes, it's low in terms of like overall attack or whatever have you, but it's better for you than having hones that don't work for you at all. So these are red, but again, they're literally doing absolutely nothing for you in the field. So low power is better than no power. Is kind of my approach to that. Beasts, let's see. I mean, you've got good ones leveled up. The bulls up there as well. Pairings are good. Chips are just a work in progress, as it is for everybody. So yeah, all in all, like, honestly, everything looks good. You got HP first on your parts, which I usually recommend as well for infantry players, which is good. After you get the HP done, since you're running 3 infantry marches and a bit more offensive, I would maybe go for the attack ones next. So yeah, finish out your infantry parts and then go to your backpack. But no, all in all, like, again, same thing. You know, armaments look good. Your pieces are getting put together well. The vast majority of your hones are looking good as well. It's just that there's a few little optimization tweaks that you can make to make yourself more effective, and that would be where I would start out. It's just those hones. You're trying to go for garrison, so even if you are going for garrison, again, like, because I'm a garrison main player, but even though I'm a garrison main player and that's what I do 80% of the time, I still use my marches in the field for field fights and stuff. And because of that, like, you don't want to isolate yourself to just strictly one role, right? Because you could be playing AR, you could be playing IR, especially like an AR. Let's take AR for example, right? You have the chainsaw zombies that spawn, you have gold scav zombies that spawn, all those types of things. And those are times and opportunities where you're not in Garrison at the moment. Yes, down the road, it'll be important to be in Garrison. It'll be important to do that. But you still need to be an effective field player to help your team control things like Chainsaw Garrison and Gold Scavs and such. So because of that, you want to get hones and such that'll work in all three roles for you. You need to have your account be adaptable to where if your team needs you to rally all of a sudden, you can. If they need you in Garrison, totally fine, you can. Or if they just need like field presence, you're able to do that also as well. Like you want to get the most bang for your buck. And the best way to do that is to just take troop specific and squad attack, defense, lethality, and block. So that then your account is versatile, so you can be usable in all situations just as effective. I guess I'm out here doing the Lord's work for you, Death. I'm glad I could put you to sleep. I would love you to look at my account. Let me know if I'm doing it okay. Yeah, by all means, Brent. Send me a request. I'm happy to do it. That's just like, again, that's my approach to it. You don't want to be extremely effective in one thing and not nearly as effective in other roles, because you can perform really well in Garrison, but you know, if someone hits your Garrison and they see that you're super strong, they'll do things like build flank towers around you, or maybe they'll switch their control to field control, or they'll choke you out by making it to where that you don't get any cement. Like there's other ways and strategic advantages that someone can take other than just slamming your tower. And again, you want to have your account in a place to where you can be adaptable to adjust to those changing circumstances instead of being just stuck in like a tower or whatever have you. Oh, Panda needs a review. What region alliance am I in? 164. Region 164, FIB, R5. What is your advice for the troop setup? I'm not sure if my combos are good. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I completely locked out of the account before I could do that. You're totally right. I thought that I had said that when I was looking at the arena report, but I just realized I didn't. Thank you. Oh shit, it's not what I wanted to do. So, let's see. Stella Riven, Jack Louie. Jack Louie's good. Yamoto Adut, Tom, the Regoro. Okay. Let's take a look and see what heroes you actually have.
I never thought I'd perform in such an empty place.
Let's see. Okay, so Badala's getting worked on. Eileen.
Lives. Don't get too close to the birds.
Eddie. Revan.
I can't bend my waist. It's a lot.
It's a transaction if there are benefits. It's friendship if there aren't.
So here I would say trying to think, hold on. Yeah, honestly, this is solid the way that you have it here. Because some of the pieces that you're missing would be like an Eileen or a Bodala, where you can replace Rigoro for Bodala when you have it. You can replace Boyd here with Eileen when you have her, and then you can move Boyd down to a Dut or up to Stella as well. So this setup that you have right here is solid for the heroes that you do have. I would say just continue working on your Eileen and your Bodala, and then you'll have those heroes to swap out. Like Rigoro, I would swap for Bodala, and then Eileen I would put in for probably Tom and put Eileen behind Miyamoto and move Boyd down. But yeah, with what you do currently have, this is probably your best setup for sure. There's no issues there. Arena port's totally fine. I can't see like what heroes you have that are outside of the arena report. So if you're using like your best heroes or the heroes that you have awakened and transcended or whatever have you, that works perfectly fine as well. Did I decline your request? I don't think so. You didn't hear the rest. Your heroes that you have right now are perfectly fine. For what you have, I would just work on Bodala and Eileen, and then I would just swap them in for some of your heroes like Tom and Regoro, who are a bit more dated. But you can check if you want. Accept my friend request. I forgot to send you here. Oh, my Boyd isn't that good right now, but I put my set on him. Then I just skill him. Okay. Let's see. I gotta remove some people. Wait. I'm gonna remove some of the people that I've already done the reviews for. We did Fury. Yeah, no worries at all. Okay, let's see. So you are Richard. You are running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 infantry marches. Holy shit. Okay. I fuck with it. Okay. So vehicle wise, solid. I would say get these to level 10 next. You might even get this to level 15 first, but then I would get these to 10. I think that the next hump in terms of like it getting exponentially more expensive happens between level 10 to 12. So yeah, I would get those to 10 because you still get a good gain on firepower and protection for the amount spent. Okay, so these are all away again except Marco. You have the Miyamoto skin as well. Okay. So only thing I would say here, these are solid matchups. Like you have like the shield synergy and stuff. The only thing I would say here is I would actually, since you're using Eddie and he's fully awakened, I would move Bodala to Eddie and lead Eddie with Bodala because Eddie's awakened skill is that when the shield is broken, it reduces the HP, which only happens with the one shield that Eddie has. Bodala has the additional shield for synergy on that, so I would pair those two. Stella has shields as well that can proc that, but the difference is that Stella has super high attack and counter damage from her stats, and Eddie, while he does have counter damage and such, he only offers the defense and the HP, so he doesn't really offer like the attack side of things that can scale the counter damage. So Stella actually works better with a Dut, where she gives the 44% attack in here, plus the 40% attack on this part also. So the high attack that Stella has, plus the high attack that a Dut has, actually scales the counter damage harder than Eddie would. So I would run Stella and a Dut, and then Bodala and Eddie for the same shield synergy on his Transcended skill. Your Eileen and Miyamoto's good. Your Marco and Bianca's great. And then same thing with your Boyd and Riven. Everything is solid there. Your armament hones are solid. Same feedback here though. Like I see quite a few like Garrison hones and stuff, which is fine. However, field wise, especially where like even on some of these other pieces, like these boots have Garrison on them. That has ranged squad lethality on it. Another ranged one on that one. Yeah, like some of these are just kind of like empty power hones. Like it's a gold hone, so I'm keeping it kind of a thing. So I would just move like rally, ranged, rider, rally. So I would move those even to purple values that are infantry or squad on it. So then they're actually like doing something for you rather than just being empty. That would be the only piece of advice I have for your armaments. Yeah, your beasts look good. You're leveling up the right ones. And then yeah, chips are just a work in progress. So yeah, I mean, all in all, everything looks solid. It's just same thing. Your biggest piece of advice is just the honing, and then maybe move a couple heroes around for better synergy. Yeah, that's fine. You guys can send it to me. Brent, what is your account name, Brent? Yeah, no worries at all, Wayne. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for letting me have the chance to review it for you. Hope you have a good night. This is low light. So same thing here. As soon as you can, probably get the tier 3s. I know that this is like a newer account, so you're running infantry, infantry, ranged, infantry, infantry. So you're running 4 infantry. So, I mean, in terms of like hero wise, try to get, you know, the key or vital heroes. So like get your Bodala, get your Eileen, get your you got your Miyamoto. So yeah, get your Bodala, get your Eileen, get your Adut even, because you're running 4 infantry marches, so Adut becomes viable. Yeah, I would say like focus on your heroes first and foremost. Get the ones that'll actually like be necessary for you. The armament wise, I'm sure like yeah, you've got the right infantry hones and such. Steer away from the garrison stuff, for sure. We're not going to need that. Infantry, yeah, like you don't need the rally, you don't need the garrison type hones. So yeah, focus on your heroes first as you can. Get this to tier 3. Your heroes are going to be your first and foremost most important part to do, and then from there your armaments will be second to focus on. Sky. Jack is solid, but he's also very expensive. He's a solid hero, but because he's a crossover hero and it costs 2 to 1, unless you're running like 2 to 3 ranged marches, you can typically just focus other ranged heroes and still be just as effective, like your Sophies, your Ethans, even like your Sophie Louis, that kind of a thing. So if you're running 2 or 3 marches, then maybe you can focus on Jack. It's just it's hard to say that it's worth spending 2 to 1 hero fragments on Jack unless you're like a whale or you're hyper focusing ranged on 3, like again 2 to 3 marches. Hopefully during this toning event I can get all those swapped out. Yeah, no worries at all. Okay, Sky. Let's see, Commander. Well, actually, heroes. So you're running 1 rider, 1 imp, 2 riders, 3 riders. Okay, so 3 riders, 2 infantry. Infantry, squad attack, nice. Squad attack, rider, squad counter damage, nice. Okay, cool. Looks good there. Let's see. Lena, Cynthia, Tom, Marco. So this is a good debuff squad. Bella, Sven, Felix, Chasey, Rigoro, and Martin. Okay, let's I can't really see what heroes that you have available. Because I can't see what heroes you have available, I mean this is solid and fine here as well. I would say like one of the more damaging pairs that I have seen is like is Felix and Elena, and then you can use your Cynthia and Chasey together, where Cynthia can offer more mobility with her movement speed from her talents to help Chasey, because that's where she's kind of slacking or lacking in. But like with the armaments and such, like this 2.8 armament mil armament set, like if you really like wanted to just focus on one rider pair to deal as much damage as possible and harass with 1 march, I would probably put that armament onto a Felix and run a Felix Elena, and then just run around the map and go harass the shit out of people. You'll probably get the best trades and the best impact in terms of like your account by doing something like that. And yeah, like I said, like an AR, like maybe just go target like the farming marches that are trying to get cement, or like the isolated single marches, that kind of a thing. Because you have like an 863,750, 1.8, 4.7. Like these 2 are your main armament sets. Anything after that is kind of costing you in terms of like your marches dying quickly. So I would run like a Chasey, or sorry, a Felix and Elena, and then maybe like a Chasey Bella on your second strongest march, and then just use those 2 instead of running 5 marches. Just run those 2 for a while and use that to harass while you build up your other ones, so then you can start, you know, being just as effective with the other armament sets. Because until you have those other armament sets up to par, they're probably just filling up your hospital and costing you resources and speed ups more so than they're benefiting you. Yeah, I can rate anyone's. It's fine. But yeah, beasts look good as well. You're leveling up the right ones. I mean, chips are always going to be like a work in progress and stuff. Your hones themselves look great. Nothing really in terms of like rally or garrisons, that kind of a thing. So Yeah. Like I said, that would be my advice. You have 2 strong armament sets. Focus on those 2 marches. Utilize them to their max potential while you build up the other armament sets as well. But because there's such a disparity between this armament set and say like this armament set or this armament set, your trades for your kills that you're getting for how much it's costing you to heal those troops and stuff is probably hurting you more than benefiting you. So I would just focus on using 2 marches and just being a harassment out there. I appreciate it. Who else do I need to do? I'll do pandas. Yeah, no, by all means, I'll review anybody's accounts. You have advice for my vehicle too, and I only run 2 brighter marches because the others are just fillers. Oh, okay, I see. Yes. Let me take a look. Sky. Oh, yeah, so same thing. Get these to tier 3 as well. Rider attack, rider defense. So get these to tier 3 level 1, and then I would probably get this to level 10, get this to level 10. After those are level 10, get these other ones to tier 3 level 5, and then push both of these to like level 12 or 14, and then catch up a bit with these like to like level 7 or 8 or whatever have you. So you'll emphasize these ones until they're level 10. After these are tier 3 level 1, and then after both of these are level 10, then get these to like tier 3 level 5. That way you can keep the firepower, the protection still growing, but you're not doing it at like a drastically more expensive rate. Yeah, happy to. No worries at all. Does counter beast chips work also for Garrison? Yes. Yes. So counter chips work the same way as counter damage. So counter chips are not good if you are just playing in the field or if you are a rally player, because in order for counter chips to proc, you have to be directly targeted. So counter chips work great in Garrison, and then combo and crit work best in rally and field. No worries at all, Sky. Did you have a look at my stuff too? I'm ranged mates, all my focus. Yeah, no worries at all. Send it over. I'm happy to. Let's look at Panda's account. This little bozo. 6.2, 5. Dude, Panda's a whale, man. I don't care what anyone's saying. Like, that guy is in cahoots with the devs. Let's see. I mean, you've been playing this game for a long time. We've talked a long time. Your armaments are good. Let me go here. What's up, Martin? How's it going? I'll add you as a friend now. I feel like I need improvement for infantry. Yeah, no worries at all. 164 FIB Alliance. FIB. Commander. Vehicle 1012. Yeah, yours is like super balanced. Infantry. I'd probably get both of these to level 12 next. And then actually, once you get both of these level 12, I would actually probably get both of these level 20. Because I think the next hump for you is level 20 when it starts to get even more expensive. So get both of these to 20. Get those to level 12. And then after those are at 20, get the level 12s to level 15. And then you can reassess at that point. Squad attack. So you're working on those. I see that. Armaments. But yeah, your armaments are good. Your hones are good. I mean, yeah, like, you make guides and stuff yourself. Like, you know what are the homes to go after and stuff. So, yeah, like, your homes are solid. Everything looks good there. Yeah, I'm not worried about the homes side of things. Hero pairing-wise, that's solid. That's solid. Yeah, I mean, honestly, nothing to complain about here. Let's see, do you have...
No matter where we go, everyone is very nice.
Yeah, you do have her.
My darlings.
You have Claude. Honestly, like, with yours, Panda, the only thing that I would say is, like, you have, like, really good marches and stuff, but 5.9 mil, like, I feel like, well, It's 4.5. Your infantry, but even more so, this range march just drops off like really fast. Like you quickly go from having a armament set of 6 mil, 6 mil down to 4 mil.
The greatest.
And because of that, I would say I would maybe take a look at taking advantage of like an Eileen or a Claude when you're able to. Because like this is AoE, this is AoE. You don't necessarily need like a third AoE here. But like one of the things that would drastically make your performance better is if you increase the damage that the rest of these were doing. And I honestly feel like if you were to switch out the Louis for a Bianca or even run like a Louis Bianca, I feel like it would benefit you more so that you can take your 7 mil set and your 6 mil sets. Like you have really strong sets, and the best thing you can do for strong sets is to buff those marches, right? Like you have 4 or 5 mil marches plus, and then you have one that drops off by 20% to 4 mil. So I would utilize the 4 mil set to buff the other ones, and honestly, when you can get Claude up, great. But until then, I would just use Bianca to kick up the attack and the defense and such of these ones to make them more survivable. Because the longer that these marches can stay in the field and the more impact they're doing, like you're just scaling them that much harder because they hit hard already. So I would consider that, because instead of looking at a 4 mil march to do AoE damage, like just enable these marches to do even better.
No matter where we go, everyone is very nice to me. But they're all
Before I go, I got one last question. I have enough material for upgrading my one purple part to gold. Should I use it on parts on the bag or range focused parts? So same thing as earlier. If you are using 2 to 3 marches in your 5 march setup as one specific troop type, so in this case here, like how Panda has 2 infantry or 2 ranged, it would be beneficial for him to run or to level up his parts to white for infantry or ranged, depending on which one he uses more, which is kind of like what he's doing. If you're running a balance of, say, like just like 2 rider, 1 range, 2, like you could go either way if you're running 2 marches, but if you're using 2 or 3 marches for one specific troop type and your armaments are strong in that case, so again, like where Panda has a 6 mil infantry and a 5 mil infantry, and that's 2 of his marches, I would say that he should get his infantry parts up to white first. Because this is so much more expensive because it applies to all your marches. So if you're running 2 or 3 range marches, get your range march parts up first. Or if your ranged armament set is just drastically stronger than your other armament sets, still get your ranged one up more. Because like you want to snowball that bonus damage that you have. Oh, sorry. Move this over here. Drag the chat out. Okay, there we go. What do we go? Okay, I have a lot of friend requests. Brent. Okay, here we go. Lord of War. I got you. Okay, I accepted it. Fucking Z. It's the guy that we always get mixed up with each other on. 653, thank you very much. I learned a lot. Definitely with those suggestions. Yeah, have a good night. No worries at all. I also have another question. Is Elena with only the first skill that good with Felix? Let's see.
There may be some conspiracy behind it.
Elena in general is just really good for the flank style type of damage. It's just like with Felix, she does well because of the move speed, the flank bonus damage, the high attack, the high basic attack damage, that kind of a thing. So it's mostly like her kit as a whole that works really well. If she's not fully awakened for you and you have other awakened options like Bella or Chasey, then those would likely be better options for you to pair with Felix. But just Elena in general, when she's complete, is really good with Felix. Yeah, I got you, Death. No worries. Okay, Brent. So, is Lord of War... Whose account is Lord of War's? Is this Brent's? Is this you, right? I gotta wipe my nose again, hold on. Fucking... bleeding again. It's Brent? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So you are a Rider Garrison player. 4.7 mil. You're running 3 Rider, 1 ranged, 1 infantry.
What are you planning to do?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, same thing here. I know that you're a Garrison player, but I promise, like, okay. Best way to put this, right? So if you are, I can't go to like the hone side of things, but if you are taking a look and you say that, hey, I'm a Garrison player, so I want to go for like the Garrison hones, Garrison attack peaks at 6%, while a squad specific attack, like a Rider attack, peaks at 5%. So if you were to focus and just get like let's say for example, you had 6 Garrison attack hones at 6% each, and 6 troop specific hones at 5% each, you might be missing 6% attack in the difference between 6 Rider squad attacks and 6 Garrison attacks. However, in the field, you're missing all of those Garrison hones. So you're missing 6% when you go to Garrison, but you're missing 30% or 36%, really 30%, when you're in the field with your squad. So again, that's honestly the main reason why I'm not a fan of like Garrison and rally specific hones, because I think it's a bait. Unless you're a mega whale where you have your 5 armament sets that you're using in the field, and then you have one specific armament set for Garrison or one specific Garrison or armament set for rallies, that would be the exception. But your average player isn't going to have that. Your armament set is going to be used for you while you're in the field, while you're in Garrison, while you're rallying, all that kind of stuff. So you need all your hones to be effective in as many situations as possible. So I would get rid of the Garrison hones if you are able to, personally. And yeah, that would be honestly the only feedback that I would say there. Yeah, anything Garrison or rally specific I'd get rid of. What alliance is Z? Like me Z or the other Z? I don't know what alliance the other Z is in anymore. I feel like I can't keep up. But myself, I'm in region 164. I'm in FIB. So here, 17, 11, 10. This is solid. I would get these 3 to level 6. And then get this one here to level like 15. And then once these are level 6 and this is level 15, I would go back and get these to level 10. And then continue working on your Rider ones to get them to level 20 at that point. Your pairings: Chasey Felix, Daryl Elena, Rubina Catherine, Bella Cynthia. So I would try switching this up a little bit. You let me know how you like it, but the sisters tend to do better together because of their bonuses together. So if you're going to use the sisters, run Cynthia and Catherine. Run Bella and Chasey for what I was saying earlier. Run Chasey in front of Bella for the damage bonus and the high damage output from Chasey Bella. And then run Rubina and Daryl, and then Elena and Felix. So Felix, Elena, Daryl, and Rubina, the sisters together, and then Chasey and Bella. I would try that for your pairings and see how that does. mostly just for like synergetic reasons, and they'll work better together. And I think that you'll probably see that, especially in the field. Beasts, you got the right beasts leveled up and stuff as well. You got your Pango leveling up for Garrison and stuff. So yeah, I mean, honestly, everything else looks good. Squad attack, rider. Yeah. Okay, I got you, Death. Yeah, I would just say switch up the hero pairings a little bit. Get those armament homes set. Get the garage parts upgraded to where you can maximize your firepower and protection, and then yeah, you should be in a good place, honestly. Other than that, it's a really solid account. Okay. Holy cow. My nose is bugging the shit out of me right now. Still 2 more hours till I can take more pain meds, though. Fuck. Okay, let's see what else we got. Oh, log out now. Okay. Let's look at the other Z's account real quick. This is funny. I've known him for so long. Yeah, no worries at all. Thanks, Jen. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're on amends. Just post-surgery fun times, you know. Now, Z's account is super strong as well. I mean, I feel like this is just a reputational thing. Let's see. Let's do this. 6, 4, 6, 3, 6, 6. Okay, so you're running 1 range, 2 rider, 2... Or no, sorry. 2 range, 2 rider, 1 infantry. Okay. Let's see what you got going on. 109 mil. Commander vehicles. I mean, yeah, your vehicles are pretty much almost maxed out. There's nothing else you really need to say to that. Yeah, you're good there. Rider. Squad counter and rider, nice. Squad basic and then nice. Yeah, I mean, you clearly know what you're doing there. That's fine too. Ethan, Sophie, Spectra, Jack, Rabina. Okay, Claude. Okay. Let's see what heroes you have first and foremost. Okay.
Stay alert.
I mean, you have pretty much everyone, right? Like, I can assume. Yeah. Okay, so what I would say here is that I know the brackets that you play in and the people that you fight against. And a lot of them are very strong. And I still stand by the principle that the stronger that your opponent is, the more effective and important things like percentage-based debuffs and percentage-based buffs are. So what I would say here is that I would take, I'm not really too much of a fan of Estella in field on the simple fact that her kit requires her to get targeted in order to actually like deal damage or be in a rally, that kind of a thing, which works well with Marco. But I feel like because your armament sets are so strong, you have an opportunity here to capitalize on your damage a bit better. So I would swap out the Stella. I would take the Claude and put Claude behind Marco. That way, if they do target this debuff march, their HP is cut by 82%. Let's say they don't target it, you're still cutting it by 30%, and it's got the move speed, it's got the sustain and everything there. I would do that. Stella's not going to do too much for you, again, unless that march is targeted. And usually, typically in those higher brackets, when a march gets targeted by, whales or by strong marches and stuff, it melts so fast that you're hardly ever going to see the benefit of her base of her counter damage. So I would run a Marco Claude, and then I would actually run Ethan and Boyd, or not Boyd, sorry, Ethan and Bard, because I saw that your Bard is fully transcended as well. So Bard has, like the defense reductions, it has the AoE, it has the skill damage, like it has a lot of pieces that make it effective in the field as well. But again, I think like the biggest piece from the Bard is like the defense reduction that you're going to be able to use to cut a lot of the whales, the HP reduction from a Marco and a Claude to cut them as well. The Chasey is going to be applying a 15% damage reduction debuff on them also. So you're doing as much as you can to mitigate a lot of the damage that they have, but then also other components and pieces like Sophie making them take more damage will also pair well with that. Your Rubina and Jack is fine. Honestly, like you could also take a look at, if you ever wanted to, I would say like Jack is strong and he's like a unique scenario. The only other thing I would say here is like you could run a what's his name? Daryl behind this to so Daryl's AoE reduction or damage reduction that he applies doesn't apply to himself, but it applies to everybody else. So again, kind of similar like what I was talking about with some of these other accounts, is that especially when you're fighting in a higher bracket, you want to be able to buff your marches, and those buffs and debuffs are what's going to kind of be your bread and butter for your fights. So let me just go back to this. Yeah, I would say like again, get rid of the Stella, move Claude behind Marco, put Bard behind Ethan. This is probably a solid march. I would check out Daryl, especially like if you're doing murder balls, because like where you're highly susceptible to taking AoE damage and that kind of a thing, it can definitely help all your marches sustain better if you have the AoE reduction being applied to your marches. But other than that, like everything else looks solid. Your armament pieces, I know that you're a smart player. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to really say about the Hones. The Hones are great. Hey, baby. I know that you use ranged on your rally quite a bit. I've seen that when you were playing with Rogue. So I know that that's why you have some of your rally there, but still, I mean, it would be the same feedback. Like, those would be the ones that I target to get rid of, if anything. Yeah, because you have quite a few on quite a few of your pieces. Yeah. So, like, you have one rally here. Sorry, I was handing water to my little one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you have 6. I mean, that's up to 36% attack that you're missing out on here, like in the field. So it's definitely like cutting into your damage output potential. So I mean, yeah, like I said, like the Hones, if you can, that would be where I focus on. You know, I mean, gold Hones at 3% attack times 6, 18% attack in the field is a lot more than having no percent attack at all. So, yeah, between the hero pairings and the Hones, that would be the only thing that I would say that would probably take and improve your account. Other than that, like, you have a strong account. You know that. I know that. It's good to see you, by the way. It's always funny when I bump into you. Sure, I got you guys. Dr. Death will go next. I think we already did low light, right? Yeah, we did low light already, so we don't need to do that one. Yep, no worries at all, buddy. Okay, so we'll do Dr. Death next, real quick. Oh, you're online at the moment. Anybody else in here in the chat? Loco, is this you, I assume? And then Grim, this is you also. So Loco, Grim, and Dr. Death. Okay. And, yes. For Dondi. Yeah, let's do, we'll do yours real quick because I already have yours. Close game. Okay, I got you next. I got you next, Death. I'll do for Dondi real quick because I already know that I had the account entrustment sent from her. Okay, so we've got 143. Might 2724. Okay, so we're running Looks like 1, 2,
I'll
3,
always
4
be
ranged marches and an infantry. Oops. Sorry if you can hear me like with my nose. Trying to not have it in my microphone. Okay, so let's see. So we have, let's see, ranged. Okay, so rider, infantry, 3 ranged. Okay. So AoE's good. This pair's good. Like honestly, your pairings are good. There's nothing to say about that. You got debuffs here, debuffs, AoE, silence. These are solid. Your pairings are fine. Tom does a debuff. Marco debuffs. So your pairings are good. Vehicle wise, if you can get the 3 tier 2s to tier 3, that would be solid. And then from there, since you're already at 15 and 10, I would get the 4 of those to at least level 6. And then after you get those to level 6, since you are ranged focus, I would get this one to level 15. So you would go all of these to 3, then all of these to 6, then this to 15, and then all of these to level 10. So then you'll be at 15, 15, and then 10 across the board. That would be what I would do. Hone wise, range, squad. Looks good there. You got a couple rallies, you got a couple garrisons, a couple infantries. It looks like those are kind of a work in progress, which is fine. Same thing here. I would just try to get rid of like the garrison and the rally type stuff. Some of these other things like the oil and stuff isn't going to serve you anything, so I'd probably get rid of those. But range, squad. I mean, for the most part, like your hones themselves are solid. You can kind of tell which pieces are kind of just more of like a work in progress. But yeah, no, I mean your hones themselves are good. Just a couple of them to work on there. Your beasts are solid. You have good ones leveled up. Yeah, your sabers and your rhinos are going to be your easiest ones to level up on gold for just like the amount that you'll be able to acquire for free from the events and stuff. So looking good there. Looks good on these pieces as well. Yeah, I would finish out your ranged one first and foremost, and then maybe look to pivot to your backpack. Yeah, because like that's definitely where your emphasis is at. 1, 2, 3 ranged marches. So yeah, get your ranged parts up to white, and then consider doing your backpack next. Get those hones to where they're honed in properly, and actually like effective for your squad themselves, and then you'll be, I think, in a good place. Yeah, what's up, Cy? What's up, Mitchell? Yeah, I'm still here, buddy. Other than that, yeah, no, it looks good. Bernandi. I think we'll do Dr. Death next. Yeah, no, happy to. No worries at all. Fucking love that guy. What time is it where I am? It's 3:54 p.m. So nothing too crazy. Hold on, sorry. Let me take a look and see what time I need to take my pain meds. Oh, I got 2 hours. Okay, here. We're good. Okay, request, Loco, and Grim. Okay, so we're gonna do Dr. Death next, and then we'll do Loco and Grim. Any medical advice? I'm happy. Yeah, how do I make a fucking nose stop hurting, man? Let's see. Okay, might 7 mil ranged. God damn. Okay. Yeah, I remember Panda talking about you. We've talked about you quite a bit before. Okay. So I think easiest one here is going to be an arena. Also, let's take a look. Let's see. So vehicle-wise, 21, 22, 20. It's something I see quite a bit. If I go to hero, I can assume you probably don't have any rider marches. Yeah, you're not running any riders, which is why you have the level 1s. So this is the thing, right? Again, same kind of concept. You're not running any rider marches, so I understand why you have the T3s level 1. But if you were to get these T3s to level 6, for example, it'd be super, super cheap for you. It would cost you less than probably leveling up this level 20 to 25, or from 20-1 to 20-5 would probably cost you the same as getting this from level 1 to level 6. The difference is that you would go from, like say 1293 to you might be like 1350 or something like that, but you would go from 278 to 448. So once you kind of start hitting the thresholds of like, especially like the level 20 areas, even though you're not focusing on rider by any means, for every 100 firepower you're gaining, you're still getting 1 squad attack or 1 squad defense, plus it's still a multiplier for you the higher that your firepower and such is. So I would consider doing that and getting those other ones up, because yeah, you're at 3148 to 3116 in this one, for example. But if you were to get both of these up to just level 6, which would be super cheap, I mean, you're looking at like another 170 a piece, which just only increases your multiplier by that much more. It would be a super cheap upgrade for you to do to get these to level 6 or level 10 especially. But it will do astronomical numbers for you when it comes to your damage multiplier. So something to consider for sure. But that would be my approach personally. Yeah, finish out the range parts to white. Let's take a look and see. Hones are good across the board. Yep. Range. Yep. I mean, yeah, your hones are great. Nothing to say there. Yeah, definitely looks good on that. I would get rid of this infantry. Well, I mean, you probably were using this equipment piece on something else at the time, but yeah, infantry attack. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, armaments look great, homes look great. Like I said, your garage looks great. In terms of like the pairings themselves, Stella Boyd, Ethan. Yep. This is good. Let me take a look and see what other heroes you have just in case. Do you have Eileen? Eileen is done. Marco's done. Okay. So you have some flexibility and some options here. So what I would do personally, Stella's not going to do much for you in the field. Neither is Boyd. Well, Boyd, yeah, you don't have this one transcended where the skill damage applies to not just in Garrison. So this march isn't really doing much for you, even though they're running a 6.5 mil armament set. So I would personally, I would leave this. Let's see. Yeah, Miyamoto. I would run Miyamoto, Eileen. These two are good. Yeah, Miyamoto, Eileen. And then I would probably run a... Bodala and Marco.
There may be some conspiracy behind
Bodala and Marco is probably what I would run next. Yeah. So you have a couple options here. If you want to run a Bodala Marco, it would keep your Marco healthy, right? Which would be solid. However, the alternative to a Bodala Marco would be if you wanted to run a Marco and Eddie. Marco and Eddie works because Marco applies a shield, which also breaks, reducing the HP of enemies on the Awaken skill that Eddie has also. So you would have 2 shields to proc the Eddie reduction in HP, plus you would have the HP reduction from Marco as well. So that becomes a debuff march for you. And then, which also kind of coincides with this being a debuff and buff march, your Miyamoto and Eileen would be your AoE march. This is like your, and then these ones have like a hybrid of just high damage and AoE as well. So this really isn't doing much for you currently. So I would run that Marco and Eddie, so then you have HP reduction, which would make this, and this kill much faster. And then I would switch Bodala here to Eileen, so you have AoE. You'd have 3 AoE marches, HP debuff, and then those AoE marches would just start killing a lot more and a lot faster. That would be the only advice I would say in terms of like field presence and opportunities, I would say. But I know that you have a good account too. Like I said, me and Panda have talked about you quite a bit. We're always talking about each other's alliances. So yeah, solid account for sure. Something to definitely try out, because again, you guys fight the exact same brackets that we do. In fact, like us and Prim have been in so many events together that I know firsthand who you're fighting, and there are very strong accounts. And one of the most effective ways that you can fight a stronger player is not having to try to match them, but just bringing them down to your level, and you bring them down to your level through debuffs and such. So rather than trying to spend and outspend somebody that is hyper spending and is hyper strong, all you do is you take game mechanics and you use it against them to bring them down to your level. So it's kind of just like there's a few ways to approach those types of things. So we did those ones. We're gonna do Grim and Loco next. We'll do Grim real quick. Say less, man. I'm on my way. I need to. Fuck, man, I'll take anything I can get. I appreciate it. But no, man, happy to help. Okay, so what do we got here? Get a count, kills. Looks like infantry focused. Let's take a look and see what you got going on. So you got 6.8, 5.7. Okay, so it looks like 3 infantry, 2 ranged, possibly. Let's see. Yep, 3 infantry, 2 ranged. Okay, this is a great march. Great march. Great march. Okay. Yep, we've already talked about the parts. These are looking good too. Yeah, I mean, same thing here. Your riders are definitely not your focal point by any means, but you're crossing into the threshold where these are probably getting more and more expensive to level up. I would get these level 5s to level 10 if you can, just for the simple fact that you're going to get the bonus firepower and protection for far cheaper, which again multiplies your damage, but then also gives you some flat squad attack and squad defense as well, so it's not just completely dependent on the multiplier. Rally. I mean, you've got a few rally homes in there. I'd probably take care of those. Same thing here. Got some rallies on this one also. Rally. So here's the problem, right? So 3.3 mil is your armament set. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have 9 armament slot or 9 home slots out of this that are not working for you at all in the field, which is probably making it to where this hits more like a 2.5 mil rather than a 3.3 mil. And yeah, I would as quickly as possible take off the rally homes. Same thing here. You kind of have a hybrid mix of like rally and garrison. Excuse me. Blow my nose again. Yeah, like again, like while you may be a garrison player with this, you're gonna get the same stats and everything by just running troop specific ones, but at least it'll work in the field. So I would focus on getting any of the garrison and rally homes off of your pieces as your primary focal point. Yeah, because you've got another like one, like this garrison counter damage and this garrison basic attack damage, because they're on your equipment, those could be flat squad damage or flat squad damage reduction if you get lucky, which would be more power, but then it would also just be extremely effective in all 3 situations and scenarios as well for like field and rallies and stuff. So I would just like that would be your my main review for this, is to try to get rid of those as soon as you can. Let's see what other heroes you have.
Before the apocalypse, where will you choose to die? Here or in the...
So you got Eileen done, you've got Bodala done, you've got Miyamoto done, you've got Eddie done, you've got Bianca done. Okay, so now that I know that you have some solid troops or heroes, hero pairs, this is good, this is good, this is good. Run Miyamoto, Eileen, and run Bodala and Bianca. So that way you have your debuff march. The Bodala and Bianca could be a buff march because you do have strong armament sets. Yeah, you do have strong armament sets here, and you really want to capitalize on those. So yeah, have your debuff march, have a buff march. Use Miyamoto and Eileen with your strongest infantry armament set, so then it's high damage output, and then use these for damage output as well. Use this to debuff your enemies so you're killing them faster, and use your Bodala and Bianca to keep your marches healthy and increase your, just scale your damage. I literally did my vehicle upgrades for the TC 5 minutes before checking your stream. Should have waited. I'll take Riders Workshop to level 6 next time. We'll be TC. Hell yeah, man. Sounds good. Like I said, it's a multiplier, right? And so if it's a multiplier that you can get for cheap, and level up for fairly cheap, I would do it because it's similar to getting like squad damage pretty much by getting those multipliers up. It's just like getting squad damage or squad damage reduction. So if you can get those for cheap, I don't see why you wouldn't. But yeah, no. All in all, things look good. Get those hones taken care of. Couple changes that I would do just so then you can focus more on the damage output. Like having an AoE specific march is solid. That way you can put your best armament sets on him and just do an insane amount of AoE damage and just focalize that. I'm in the mindset that I would rather do one thing great than two things mediocre. So you've got like single target, multi-target. I would just put these two together and just have an exceptional multi-target march, and then just use a buffing march to make it even better. Why do I have a #1 crown next to my name? I think because you've watched the stream for a long time. I think that's like the fan thing or whatever have you. Like I think you just comment a lot and have been in a lot of streams. I think. Yeah, no worries at all, Grim. Okay. Next one that we have was Loco. Loco, are you still here by chance? Sorry, drinking my smoothie. It's all I can eat right now. Perfect. Okay, we'll do yours. So what do we got? 166, 188 player ID. Looks good. Looks like you're a rider-focused account. Right. 4.73. Okay, so you are running 5 rider marches, it looks like. Look at you. Okay. How many of these are you going to do? I could use a hero look over on who to build next. Yeah, just send it over. I'm happy to look at it. It's totally fine. I do talk way too much, and it's kicking my ass for sure. But I'll do a few more of these before my voice decides to give out. Okay, well, we're joining, I guess. Let's see. What do we got? Riders. Rider. Vehicle 20 and 11. Oh, wait, hold on a minute. Oh, I'm looking at the other side. Okay, I had myself confused. I got it confused from the last one. Okay, that makes more sense. The last arena report there on the other side. Okay, sorry. You can clearly tell that the pain meds are getting to me. Okay, so these look good. Rider, that's good. Rider, that's great. Rider squad basic attack damage, right? Nice. Okay, so looks good there. 20, 16, 1. Okay, so you're at 20 here, you're at 16. I would get all of these ones. I know that you're focusing, again, full rider, but you're going to get quite a bit of stats by just getting these up. Again, you'll get squad attack, you'll get squad defense, plus the lethality or firepower and protection scale your damage astronomically when it comes to your rider itself. I would get these to at least level 6. Honestly, preferably level 10, and then from there get this one up to level 20 as well, and then you can just work on both of those to continue getting them up. That's just what I would do personally. I am a fan of getting the HP ones on these done first, so seeing this with a red one is nice. However, because riders are high damage output, you could definitely take the attack one and get those to white first as well and still be just as effective. Hone wise, rider squad, yeah, everything looks good. Rider squad looks good. Rider squad. Yeah, I mean, your armaments in general, they're great hones. Yeah, nothing to report back on those. Those are really good. Pairing is good there. This is a great pair. This is a great pair as well. Yeah, I mean, you've got the debuff march. You've got the debuff march. They both bring move speed. Debuff march as well with Catherine and Cynthia. Debuffs as well applies from Chasey Bella, and your Felix Elena is going to be your highest damage output. So if you haven't already, what I would do is, yes, you haven't already. So I would honestly probably put your highest damage output onto your Felix Elena. I think that they're going to actually outperform your Chasey because your Chasey isn't fully transcended yet. I would actually try putting your strongest armaments on Felix Elena just to see how it does. It could be that Chasey Bella end up doing better. I'm just saying that there is a chance that because Chasey isn't fully done, you may actually get better damage out of Felix Elena. That's honestly the only advice that I would say. Your pairings are great, your armaments are great, your hones are great. The garage, I would just increase the other ones so then you can maximize your firepower and protection for the least amount of spend possible. Your beasts look good. Kong at 12 is huge. Yeah, I mean, all in all, it looks solid, Loco. There's really not too much to report back on. Thanks, Craig. I appreciate it. Okay, is there anyone else in the chat besides Trusted Source that I've missed or I haven't had a chance to do yours yet? I know that I have a few friend requests and stuff. And if you could just comment in the chat with your in-game name, I can get that going. Savage, okay. Yeah. Let me do yours. No worries at all, Loco. Oh, yeah, 1 second, Savage. I gotta remove again. Gotta go through go through this process. I already did Dandies. I think I did Yans's already. Okay. Yep, Savage, I accepted it. Go ahead and send the entrustment request over. Give me 2 seconds. I just gotta get another tissue for my nose. I'm sorry. 1 second. Oh, my mic is muted. I'm so sorry. Thank you for calling that out. What I was saying, I'm sorry, was that I'm gonna do a few more of these, but then I do have to step away, probably in like 20 minutes or so. It's time for me to do another saline and hydrogen peroxide clean in my nose, which takes a bit because I have to be like very delicate with it and stuff. So it'll take me a while to do that. So we'll do another few of these entrustment accounts and account reviews, and then maybe we'll look to do this again tomorrow. After first round of or first circle in GW. But yeah, my apologies. I have to do that every few hours, otherwise the blood like crusts up and it hurts really bad. So, but let's take a look at this account for you. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so we're running infantry. Looks like we're running infantry across the board. I didn't understand it right. So my Elena is good, even though she only has the first skill at 5, the rest at 1. You can look at the arena port if you want to. Yeah, Sky, I'll take a look at that. Thank you for reminding me. I'll take a look at that here in just a moment. So for you, I would get your HP. So you're an infantry focused player. When it comes to infantry, your HP is one of your best stats. So here. you can see the HP is your highest stat as an infantry player. Your defense is second, your attack is third. So it scales well. So each of these stats that are percentage based are increases of those flat stats. So by choosing to get your HP up first, since it's your highest base stat, you're going to get the most return for the percentage increases that you do. So I would actually get your HP parts to white on your infantry first, both on this side and on this side, because again, your base stat is the highest with HP for infantry, so you're going to get the most return out of it, and you'll see the most impact of that as well. Yeah, when I'm done live streaming, the live stream will still be available on my channel. You can still check it out. Let's take a look. So, equipment, infantry attack, infantry and squad attack. Infantry attack looks good there. Vehicle 2013 looks good. Again, I know that you're running 5 infantry marches. The only piece of advice I would say is that you can get a lot of firepower and protection for cheap by getting these up. If you wanted to get this going, you can get this one to 15, but in the process, I would get these to at least level 6. After you get this to level 15 and these to level 6, I'd probably push this to 20, and then at which point I would push these to 10. So in order, I would get these to 6, get this to 15, get these to 10, get this to 20. And that should put you in a really good place with firepower and protection with the least amount of spend possible, but it should be a good multiplier for your stats. Let's see here. Stella, Marco, Bodala. Okay. So what I would do here is I would run a debuff march. So I would actually run Marco and Claude together. Because that way you can stack the HP debuffs and the debuffs that they provide. Your Tom Alexander is good because Alexander does provide buffs for your team. Tom provides buffs for your team along while debuffing also. So this is a good march. Run a Marco and a Claude. The Bodala, I would move the Bodala in front of Eddie for the because you do have his Awaken skill here. So when Bodala's shield breaks, it'll reduce the amount of HP that your nearby enemies have, but then also that Eddie has a shield which reduces the damage taken for this march too, so it's just a good dual synergy for those two. And then I would run Miyamoto and Eileen as one march as your AoE march. So we're going to look at Miyamoto, Eileen, Marco and Claude, Bodala and Eddie, Tom and Alexander, and then let's see if we can replace Rigoro at all. You may not be able to.
It's a transaction if there are benefits.
Yeah, so you could run your Stella and your Rigoro if you wanted to there. You could also run a Stella and a Dut. I know that a Dut's kind of low, but yeah, you could run like Stella and Rigoro because Rigoro also increases his counter damage, just like Stella does. And then he also actually increases all damage dealt when the shield is activated, so that'll also help kick up the damage that Stella has. So as a recap, I would run Miyamoto Eileen, Marco Claude, Bodala and Eddie, Stella and Rigoro, Tom and Alexander for your heroes. These look good. I already mentioned the vehicles on what to do there. Let's look at your hones. Squad travel speed, defense looks good. Yeah, I would just get rid of the rally ones. Looks like you got a couple things here that you need to remove, which is fine. Looks good there. Yeah, the garrison, the food, things like that. So it looks like your armaments are still kind of a work in progress, which is totally fine. But yeah, if you just stick to the infantry and the squad type hones, then you'll be in a good place. Which, yeah, down here it looks like you mostly are. Yeah, get rid of the garrisons, get rid of the rallies. That's 1, 2, 3 hone slots, 2 hone slots. It's 5, 6, 7. Yeah, you can free up 7 hone slots to get a lot more stats to help you all around. Your beasts are good. Holy cow, you have a fully done Kong, which is nice. You have a done Draco, which is good. Yeah, so I mean, all in all, it's a good foundation. Maybe switch up some of the hero pairings, take care of those armament sets a little bit more with the hones, and yeah, I think you'll be in a good place after that. What's up, Mohammed? How's it going? Out of the new skins, Louis, Transcended Bard, and Transcended Cedric, I can only use 2 assistants for field AoE. Which 2 would you recommend? I would probably do the Louis and the Transcended Bard because the Louis gives the high skill damage and the rage regen, and then Bard has the defense reduction. Cedric is solid, but if I remember right, I think Cedric has a few dependencies, doesn't he? Let me take a look.
Is it the truth or a lie beneath the mask?
When not Garrison. No, so his is when not garrisoned. Okay, never mind. I thought his was saying like when in a rally. Um, I uh, I feel like the Cedric Bard would do really well. When not garrison deals additional damage to target and 2 other targets or on oneself. After the additional damage, it's only 1 target. Yeah, I would do Cedric Bard. The Bard is really, really good because of the defense reduction for sure. And the travel speed reduction, which just helps you in the field altogether. And then obviously like his other skills getting transcended helps him in the field. And then yeah, I think that Cedric is the move here. So Cedric Bard. Oh, congrats on your 1 year, by the way. That's awesome. Yeah, no, happy to help. Just send me a message if you ever need any other help by any means. Yeah, no worries at all, Death. All right, we'll do one more real quick, and then yeah, I really need to clean my nose. I like can barely talk now because it's so backed up. I need to go clean it. Just joined the stream. Wondering if you have the chance to look at my AUD report. Still experimenting. Here, I can help you do yours real quick as well. Range. 5 range ranchers. That's crazy. Yeah, same thing here. You're at 18 on both of these. Get these other ones at level 2 and 3 to level 10. Once you get all of these to level 10, then you can get the level 18s to level 20. So 10, 10, 10, 10, and then 20 and 20 is what I would do. Armaments. Hones look good. Yeah, I mean, just in general, your hones look good. Hero pairings themselves look great. Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all. This is a really good survival march with Claude. I like that. Yeah. No, this is solid. One thing that you could do, and I've seen some people run Jack and Claude. I can't speak for it personally because I don't have Jack all the way up and I only use 1 range march. But you could also try a Jack Claude. I've heard it's just a very super highly survivable march that can sustain a lot of damage, so you can be applying the debuff from Claude a lot more often. And then at that point you can run a Chun Lin. But just something to try. Again, something that I've seen and heard. I haven't personally done that myself because I don't have Jack. Or I don't have him at a point that I use him. So something to try, but results may vary. So, but yeah, no, your hero pairings are good. Your armaments and your hones are great. Garage, again, I just kind of gave you like the insight of what I would do. Yeah, it looks like you're working on your refinery, which is fine. Beasts. Yeah, no, your beasts are solid. Chips are in a good place too. Yeah, no, all in all looks good. Thanks, I appreciate that, Trusted. Appreciate it. Request kebab. Okay, yeah, here, let's do kebabs real quick. This will be the last one we do. I really have to clean my nose out. I'm so sorry, guys. So sorry. Huh. Huh? Oh, wow. That's way cool, dude.
I know.
That's awesome.
It had 2 new Pokemon cards.
2 new Pokemon cards? That's awesome. Inside? Oh, wow. That's cool. Oh, that's awesome. That's great. That's your favorite one? That's cool, baby. I'll be there in a minute, okay? I gotta wash my nose in a sec. So it looks like we got infantry and potentially rider. Okay. What do we got here? So, running rider, 4 infantry, vehicles, same thing, same feedback. Looks like you're immature way up there. Looks like you're starting to use riders, so maybe get these ones to 6. Yeah, keep these at 14, get these to 6, get these to 6, get these to 15, then get these to 10. So 15, 15, 10, 10, 6, 6 is what I would do on yours. 15, 15 on your infantry, 6, 6 on your riders, or sorry, 10, 10 on your riders, and then 6, 6 on your ranged. Armaments. Hones look good. Yeah, hones look great. Solid hones all around, it looks like. Yeah. Yeah, nothing to really write home on the hones part. Let's look at your hero pairings. It's a great pair. Solid, solid. Yep, AoE March. Shield synergy is great. Yeah, no, I mean, all in all, this is solid. Claude is going to give the bonus damage to Stella for her counter damage. Tom, or sorry, yeah, Adut and Tom are going to be solid together as well. She brings the move speed. Tom brings the debuffs and the buffs. Bodala Ribbon is going to have the shield synergy. That's your AoE March there. And then this is just good damage also. So, again, all in all, your hero pairing is good. Beasts look to be in a good place also. Yeah, I mean, I would say just work on the equipment or work on the new refinery equipment where and when you can, but don't be too hasty about it. Get these lower ones up so you can take advantage of the firepower protection, and yeah, you'll be in a good place. All in all, though, Kebab, looks like your account's in a solid place. Yeah, I'm gonna do the Elena thing right now, Sky. Don't worry. I appreciate it. Thanks, Ahmad. Ahmed. Sky, let me take a look real quick for you. Give me 1 second. Do you have the entrustment? I don't know if we have, no, we're not the entrusted anymore, but let me go to your message. So Elena 5111. Bella. Oh, okay. No, I see what you mean. Yeah, no. So Chasey is 5552. So I would probably keep that pair. You're probably totally fine there. As Elena gets more skills leveled up, then I would probably take a look at it, because this is the case where, if I remember right, you have your 2 strong armaments sets. So what I would do here with 2 strong armament sets is I would run, yeah, Felix and Chasey is fine. And then I would honestly maybe even run a Cynthia Bella here. Yeah, I'd probably run a Cynthia Bella, because your Sven isn't done either, but Cynthia has just so many talents that can be tailored for move speed. So like if you really wanted to go down the rabbit hole, you can get 9% here, 6% here, movement speed here, movement speed here. There's just so many talents that she has with move speed that can be your main move speed march. So I would probably run a Cynthia Bella and a Felix and Chasey for you, Sky. No worries at all, Kevin. Happy to help. All right, guys. On that note, it has been 3 hours, and I think that I have just about used my voice capacity before I need to go clean my nose. I think my nose is telling me I need to take a nap. I might need to take like a small nap before Genesis War. No, I genuinely appreciate all you guys being here, for real. If this is something that you guys want me to keep doing, I'm always happy to just crank on a live and just, answer questions and do this kind of thing. I actually really like this kind of format where there's no structure to it at all. It's just interactions with the community. So, we'll do this again tomorrow for sure. Hopefully I'm feeling a little bit better tomorrow, but yeah, we'll do this again tomorrow for sure. After, Circle 1 is done. And yeah, whatever questions and stuff you guys have, I'm happy to help. So yeah, sniped a vest on the squad equipment. I don't know if the buffs are worth good gold. Can I send it to you in game to take a look? Yeah, happy to. Any questions, anything that you guys ever have, you guys are always more than welcome to message me in game. I apologize if I miss messages and stuff, but I'm approachable at any time. You can send me a message on in the game or on Discord or anything. Yeah, no, I'm happy to, guys. Like I said, thank you for bearing with me while I'm dealing with my nose stuff. Again, I appreciate you guys all being here and keeping me company while I can't really do much. If you guys don't mind dropping a like on the video, subscribing if you haven't already. Again, it's that kind of support and stuff that keeps the channel going and whatnot. Hopefully with the likes, this information get out to other players and stuff that'll need it. But like I said, I really appreciate you guys just keeping me company while I'm on amends. So yeah, no, good luck in you guys' Genesis War. I will talk to you guys soon. I won't be able to do a Genesis War stream for the first circle tomorrow. I do have a virtual appointment follow-up, so I'm going to be busy for that. But hopefully circle 2 and 3 will be eventful, and if so, I'll stream the Genesis War also. But if nothing else, I'll make another stream like this also that we can just kind of keep helping the community. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great night. Have a great day wherever you are, and good luck in Genesis War, y'all. Talk to you soon. Peace.